He's going to take it himself for a championship.
A double play wins it the break.
Turn it to the end zone. What a catch. McKay's on touchdown.
Wins it. The championship.
History has already been made here in Fort Myers. One team has punched their ticket to the state championship game with a no-hitter. That's the North Marion Colts. But tonight, we find out who they play for the state title as the Dunedin High School Falcons take on the Eagles of North Broward Prep in the Class 4A state semifinal from Hammond Stadium in Fort Myers. I'm Ryan Murphy, joined by my broadcast partner, Thomas Benedetto, as tonight we decide the second finalist in Class 4A as Dunedin takes on North Broward Prep as we take you through the starting lineups for today's game, beginning with the visiting team on the scoreboard. That's the Region 3 champions, the Dunedin High School Falcons. Grayson McNeil leads it off. Marcus Brodil hits second. Dylan Oster hits third. Connor Russell is fourth. Noah Buckholt is fifth. Bryce Talley is sixth. Josiah Branch seventh. Brian Lewis eighth. And Trey Beard is in the 9-hole for the Dunedin Falcons. Their opponents today, defensively, the North Broward Prep Eagles. Clancy Marsh is in left. Ty Richmond is in center. Riley Luft is in right. Jayan DeCastro is at third. Jonah Diaz is at short. Kobe Benson plays second. Josh Steidel plays first. Dylan Runsdorf does the catching. And the North Broward Prep Eagles will turn the baseball over to Shane Huntsberger, who gets the start for North Broward. Huntsberger, a Western Carolina commit. He's been outstanding this year for NBP.
Hey, you see the line score down there, 2.33 ERA. You saw the 69 strikeouts. That's just in 60 innings of work, so averaging over a strikeout an inning. Pretty good idea, pretty good indicator that he's probably got a little bit of velocity on the hill and going to be missing some bats today.
We get ready for the first pitch of this state semifinal contest, and today's first pitch is brought to you by Tony Chachere's famous Creole cuisine. It's Dunedin and North Broward Prep, winner to the state championship game to play the North Marion Colts, as the first pitch of the state semifinal is on the outer half for a strike. It's 0-1. North Broward Prep comes in as the number 4 ranked team in Class 4A by Max Preps. They win their third regional championship in 11 years. They were champions in 2011 and 2014, as the next pitch will miss low and inside for a ball. Both of those 2 years, they would fall in the Final Four, so they have never been to the state championship game. On the other side, the Falcons of Dunedin, as the 1-1 pitch from Huntsberger, low for a ball, 2-1. They are making their 9th appearance in the FHSAA Finals, and they are seeking their third state championship. 1964 and 2008 state title banners already hang in Dunedin, as the 2-1 swung on and missed. It's even at 2-2. Dunedin, a battle-tested group. They are making their third Final Four appearance in the last 5 years. They were here in 2017. They were here in 2019. So really, they've been to 3 of the last 4 FHSAA Finals, as Huntsberger misses inside for a ball. It's full, 3-2.
And how about this at bat here by McNeil, going full to start this ball game off. McNeil, just a freshman, with the 309 average to lead things off for Dunedin.
And in that at-bat, he sprays one into right center, a base hit. It falls in front of the center fielder, Richmond. And Dunedin starts the ball game with a base hit from Grayson McNeil. The 309 hitter has himself a knock. The freshman leads it off with a base hit.
Exactly what you're looking for. A 6-pitch at bat to start the ball game with a ball laced out to the right center gap. And Grayson McNeil, a freshman, played in 28 or 29 games this season for the Falcons, and showing you why he's the spark plug at the top of the order.
So runner on first for the USF commit, Marcus Brodil. First pitch to Brodil, swung on and missed by the left-handed hitter, headed off to USF.
South Florida Bulls, located not too far from Dunedin High School.
No balls and a strike. The 0-1 delivery is another line drive. This one floats into shallow left center, and it bounces in. Throw will come to second, but not in time. Back-to-back singles by the outfielders McNeil and Brodell, and it's first and second, nobody out, as Dunedin has gotten it going here in the first inning as it brings up their second baseman in Dylan Oster.
Yeah, nice at bat there by Brodell, going the other way, using the whole field and just serving it into left center, and all of a sudden 2 Falcons aboard to start this ball game.
Dylan Oster, the senior third baseman, playing second base, I should say, today. Digs into the left-hand batter's box. He hits one back up the middle, a base hit. They'll send McNeil around third. Coming up, throwing is Richmond. Now they will back pick to third. Like a bobble there or something as they stop the runner at third, but it's a base hit for Dylan Oster, and the bases are loaded with nobody out for the catcher and Connor Russell.
Yeah, Oster all over that early in the at-bat, rolls it through up the middle for a base hit, and you're right, McNeil was being waved around. Looked like he stumbled a little bit. There was a tough exchange out in center field too, so he could have walked home, but ends up retreating and not wanting to take any risk with nobody out after the stumble.
First pitch is upstairs for a ball, 1-0 to the cleanup hitter, Connor Russell. Another senior for this Dunedin ball club, as they have jumped all over the Western Carolina commit in Shane Huntsberger with 3 straight singles. The 1-0 pitch is a slow roller towards third. Play will come to the plate. It is in time. Now they'll turn to first, no throw to be made. So the 5-2 fielder's choice retires McNeil. It puts Connor Russell aboard. Bases will remain loaded with now 1 out in the inning for the 5-hole hitter, the shortstop, in Noah Buckle.
There you see number 44, Ian DeCastro. Nice job on the slow chopper coming in, able to cut off the lead runner at the plate.
Buckle, another senior, in the number 5 hole for this Dunedin ball club. Bases loaded, 1 out, as the Falcons look to jump on top here in the first. The first pitch, bouncing ball will be off the shortstop. 1 run will score. They'll send the second runner around third. The throw comes to the plate. It's not in time. And Dunedin strikes first in the first. The Falcons lead it 2-0. A hard hit ball towards the shortstop in Jonah Diaz. He couldn't field it cleanly. It skipped into shallow center, and it's 2-0 in favor of Dunedin.
Yeah, that ball was hard hit. You said it. And, get another look. Had Jonah Diaz been able to come up with this is an easy double play, but I mean, it's tough. It's inside on him and kind of gets off the heel of his glove and into center. But hard contact by Buckholt. TH, too hot to handle. That's a base hit on the scoreboard and a pair of RBIs.
They scored a 2-run single for Noah Buckholt. And the Dunedin Falcons, as one of their players has pulled out the DHS red zone flag. As we pull it out, that is the sophomore Brandon Callis, who has been assigned flag duty for today's game. We saw him carrying it in as the game got going, and we wondered if that was just something for the dugout, but no, they're waving that around at every possible opportunity, and why not? They've got a 2-0 lead in the first inning of the state semis as the lowest-ranked team to get here. They are ranked number 12 in the state in Class 4A, but all that matters is you're one of the last 4 teams playing, as the first pitch to the 6-hole hitter Bryce Talley misses the zone for a ball, 1-0. Dunedin, winners of their 5 playoff games. They come in riding an 8-game winning streak. They haven't lost in over a month. April 9th, the last time Dunedin took a loss, as the 1-0 is foul back to the screen, 1-1. They were relatively dominant in getting here. The closest games they played were their semi and their final in the regionals. Those are both 3-run wins, 6-3 over Wesley Chapel, 6-3 over Cape Coral Mariner. They also knocked off Wesley Chapel Cypress Creek 7-3 in the regional quarterfinal. Aces wild, the 1-1 pitch is popped up foul, third base side, out of play. They rolled to a district championship, 19-0 over Holiday Anclote, and a 16-0 district championship win over Tarpon Springs. Now, although that was a Tarpon Springs team that had beaten them earlier in the year, 7-4, giving them one of their 11 losses, as Dunedin walks in with an 18-11 record. But a lot of those losses to quality teams is the 1-2 pitch slowing outside for a ball. It's 2-2.
Yeah, you see that a lot more now with high school teams playing teams outside of just their district and going with a tougher schedule to go up against some tougher competition, and maybe the win-loss record doesn't look as attractive at the end of the year, but once you get to the Final Four, you've gone up against some arms that are that high caliber.
Ground ball left side, gloved by the third baseman. Turn to second, only play to be made is to second. No turn was able to be made to first, so the courtesy runner in later house is up to third. Buckold retired at second, but Tally reaches, so there's runners at the corners now with 2 outs to bring up the 7-hole hitter in Josiah Branch. We talked about that schedule for Dunedin. We'll talk about the same for North Broward, but Dunedin a loss to a very good Clearwater Cavalry team, losses to 2 different IMG Academy teams. They went up and played in the very, very good Florida League High School Invitational up in Sanford in the Orlando area, and lost to 2 really good teams in West Orange and Winter Springs, and beat 2 good teams in Sanford Seminole and Orlando Timber Creek. They are a battle-tested bunch at 18-11, as are the North Broward Prep Eagles at 19-10-1. Losses to teams like Pembroke Pines Charter, Gulliver Prep, Fort Lauderdale Cavalry was nationally ranked before being upset in the regional playoffs. The 1-0 pitch is a fly ball right side. Giving it a chase is the right fielder Luft, but it's out of his reach. It's 1-1. They went up to the Perfect Game High School Showdown in Alabama, and that's where they took 3 of their losses to Cartersville from Georgia, and then Alabama teams in Helena and Bob Jones, but beat Mountain Brook out of Birmingham, Alabama during that trip. So both of these teams are very, very battle-tested. Huntsberger's 1-1. Line drive, right field, diving, it will drop in. It dives towards the right field line. It's an RBI single for Josiah Branch, and Dunedin has jumped out to a 3-run first inning. The Falcons lead North Broward 3-0.
I'm sorry. But no, nice job by Josiah Branch, and we've seen kind of that opposite field approach, using the whole field throughout this lineup here, and Branch does a nice job taking what looked like a fastball in the outside corner and just lacing it down the right field line.
All over Huntsberger early are the Falcons as the 8-hole hitter Brian Lewis steps to the plate. Takes a first pitch ball. Take a look at the pitching rotation for North Broward Prep, as Huntsberger has been lit up here in the first inning as the 1-0. Not only 3 runs, but 5 hits of these first 7 hitters. They have just been tattooing the starter in Huntsberger. In innings pitched, Huntsberger was first on this team by a wide margin. Nobody else threw more than 33 innings. That was the junior Florida commit in Tejeda. The 1-1 pitch is fouled off to the right side. Giving it a chase is Josh Steidel, but it's out of play. It's 1-2.
With the other semifinal game earlier today, not much wind during that game. Looking out at the flags, they were relatively still and down. And today, or as the night kind of crept in here, it's starting to blow from left field to right field quite a bit. And actually, the first time we've seen it here over the past few days blow that way. So something to look out for.
Another line drive, this one tailing towards right center, but tracking it is Ty Richmond in center, and the inning is over. But the Dunedin Falcons, with a haymaker in the top of the first inning, they hang a 3-spot on North Broward Prep. Now that Division I laden lineup will have a chance to respond. Bottom of the first inning coming up. Dunedin 3, North Broward nothing, as you're watching the 4A state semifinals on the NFHS Network.
This NFHS Network Championship event is brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors.
The flags of Florida, the United States, and the state of Minnesota fly high above CenturyLink Sports Complex in Fort Myers as Dunedin has jumped out on top of North Broward Prep 3-0. Here's your starting lineup for North Broward as they try to battle their way back into this one. Clancy Marsh leads off. Jonah Diaz hits 2. Yoel Tejeda Jr. bats 3rd. Josh Steidel is 4th. Tyler Richmond is 5th. Gian DeCastro is 6th. Riley Luff 7th. Dylan Runsdorf 8th. And Kobe Benson rounds out the North Broward Prep lineup. Defensively for Dunedin, Grayson McNeil in left, Marcus Brodel in center, Bryce Talley in right, Rock Helton is at 3rd, Noah Buckle plays short, Dylan Oster plays second, Josiah Branch plays first base, Connor Russell does the catching as the crafty lefty will get the ball for the Dunedin Falcons. Trey Beard gets to step on the bump. He's got great numbers, and he gets to pitch with a 3-0 lead.
Yeah, 1.95 ERA. Any indicator. The 67 strikeouts, that just in 54 innings of work, so averaging well over a strikeout an inning, a crafty lefty. And, a little velocity to miss some bats as well.
And looking at this Dunedin team, we talked about the schedule they played. Here's a fascinating stat about this Dunedin team. At home this year, 5-6. At away, on the road, or at neutral sites, 13-5. So this Dunedin team likes hitting first, likes playing away from home. And they have jumped out to a 3-0 lead over the North Broward Prep Eagles as Clancy Marsh, the left fielder, leads things off, shows bunt, takes a strike on the outside corner. This North Broward Prep lineup of the 10 starters, including Huntsberger the pitcher, 7 college commits. Pitch in there for a strike on the 0-1, and Beard is ahead, no balls and 2 strikes of Clancy Marsh.
Nice fastball low and away, bottom of the zone right there.
The 0-2 is outside as Marsh, the switch hitter, takes one outside for a ball. It's 1-2. Marsh, a junior, ranked as one of the top 40 outfielders in the state of Florida. Still uncommitted and will probably have some good choices, but he swings and misses at Trey Beard's 1-2 delivery as the left-hander starts off his outing with a strikeout as he'll now deal with the Jacksonville commit in Jonah Diaz.
And you see early on Beard, at least to the right-handed, hitting Marsh, trying to just stay away, work the outside part of the plate, and stayed out there with fastballs pretty much throughout the entire at-bat, and trying to see how much he's going to get from that home plate umpire off that outside corner as well.
First pitch to Diaz is cranked high and deep into right field. Back is the right fielder, Bryce Talley, about 2 steps from the warning track. He tracks it in. It's 1 pitch, 1 out to get Jonah Diaz as it brings up the designated hitter in Yoel Tejeda. That ball was given a ride probably, 310, 315 feet or so into right. But this ballpark holds it.
Yeah, definitely one of the better balls we've seen hit to right field over the past week.
We saw Florida commit in the first game. We see another in the 3-hole for North Broward Prep. It's in there for a strike to the designated hitter in Tejeda. Tejeda considered one of the top prospects in the junior class of 2022. As the 0-1 from the lefty is down Broadway, it's 0-2. Tejeda ranked as the #1 first baseman in the class of 2022 in the state of Florida. and the number 2 first baseman in the country for the junior class. He's a top 10 player overall in the state of Florida, all by perfect game, as the 0-2 is up and in for a ball, 1-2. Yoel Tejeda will also get on the mound for this North Broward prep team. We'll see if he's called on in relief today or if North Broward can come back if he can get the start tomorrow. As the 1-2 swung on and missed, strike 3. Trey Beard is rolling thus far for Dunedin against 3 high-level hitters. He sits them all down. We go to the top of the second inning. The Dunedin Falcons have jumped out 3-0 on North Broward Prep as you're watching the Class 4A state semifinals on the NFHS Network.
Everybody knows how good Louisiana food is. For us, it's a way of life. We call it Creole. Creole is the melting pot of cultures, music, and great food. Salt and pepper? No way. On whatever you cook or whatever you eat, use Tony Chachere's Creole seasoning. Trust me, I know Creole, and this is the real deal.
Oh, yeah. Tony Sashery.
Makes everything taste great.
You are watching live coverage of the FHSAA Baseball Championships on the NFHS Network. NFHSnetwork.com/FHSAA is your destination for the most comprehensive coverage of Florida high school playoff action. As the 9-hole hitter that just had the excellent inning, Trey Beard, digs in from the left-hand batter's box and takes one below the knees for a ball, 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes as the righty into the motion. Huntsberger's next pitch, ground ball right side. That's through for a base hit. 1 trip through the order. 6 of 9 have hit safely for Dunedin. And, Thomas, if you're North Broward and head coach Brian Campbell, I don't want to call it a panic button, but how soon do you say, you know what, they're on this guy. I gotta change something.
You're absolutely right. It's a nightmare scenario. They've just been, Dunedin just been swinging the bats. They're hitting their way aboard too. It's not as if he's walking guys missing. They're just beating them with a lot of hard hit balls as well. So it's, you said not panic, but he's definitely got to be thinking some contingency plans early in this ball game.
And it's less the 3 than the 6 that I think you're worried about. You could be down 3-0, but hey, it was a walk and air, and then they ran into one and hit it out of the yard. But I think my guy's okay. He just threw a couple bad pitches. This is 6 of the first 9, and it hasn't been a blooper here, a flare here. It's been hard hit balls by this Dunedin team.
Right, and methodical with an approach that they've been able to execute.
The 2-0 pitch fouled off down the left field side. It'll get towards the practice field here at the CenturyLink Sports Complex. It's 2-1, and this is a Dunedin team that does not hit home runs. They are not a power team, but they get on base. They have a .310 batting average and a near .400 on-base percentage as a team.
That equals runs.
Base hit number 7 of the game. Up the middle for Dunedin into center field. It's first and second. Nobody out here in the second. And at some point, Dunedin, if they just keep doing this, they might run away and hide from North Broward. As we talked about briefly the last half inning, this is your guy on the mound that's thrown almost twice the innings of anybody else at 60. You've got Tejeda at 33, then Gomberg, the Florida commit, at 28 2/3. And then Sekuler at 21 and Radke at 20. Those are your guys that have pitched at least 20 innings this year.
It's hard to envision winning this game without Huntsberger going, into the fourth or fifth. I mean, you talk about maybe a change, but it's hard to envision that going to the bullpen working out long term in this ball game as well.
The other thing to note for Huntsberger, and talk about the bullpen, he's already north of 30 pitches, and he's only worked an inning and 2 batters as the 1-0 is in there for a strike at the knees. It's 1-1. They might not have a choice to yank him after 3 or 4 if he's throwing 25 pitches an inning. That's only going to get you through about 4.
Absolutely true. Pesky, Grayson, McNeil at the top of the order. 2 excellent at bats now, staying inside the ball and just ripping the ball twice now, first and second inning up the middle, and hitting the first at bat, went to right center, and just real impressive ABs and approach from the freshman.
We're better able to give you the bullpen when it's the visiting team because we have the full line of sight as the 2-1 is outside 3-1. The mound down the third base side, that home dugout, the mound we can see is covered. Then there's more mounds deeper into the facility, so we really can't see if anybody is warming up for North Broward. We didn't see anybody run out there. But he is a ball away from loading the bases for the middle of the order. The 3-1 is back to the screen. Count is full now on Marcus Brodel. 3 balls and 2 strikes as Dunedin has 7 hits in the first 10 batters of this game.
And Brodel has one of them back in the first. And that went out to left center. You saw again that on that 3-1 pitch, the opposite field approach. Real veteran approach from the senior captain.
3-2. Line drive left field, a base hit. They will hold the runner up at third. It's 3 straight singles here in the second inning, and Dunedin has loaded them back up here in inning number 2. The 8th hit through basically an inning for Dunedin, as only 3 outs have been recorded. The other 8 hitters of the 11 to come to the plate have all hit safely for the Falcons as they are just peppering the ball around CenturyLink.
Yeah, we saw Brodel try and go the other way and on that 3-1 pitch, and on the 3-2 gets something a little more over the plate and takes that same approach, laces it out to left for a clean single to load him up here with nobody out. And, now you got one of the other 4 captains in Dylan Oster.
Oster takes a strike, and I think action might start stirring for North Broward. Glance down to their dugout, and you saw a couple of gloves being thrown around, not in anger, but hey, throw me my glove. As 11 and 19 are running out now for North Broward. That's Yoel Tejeda. That's the number 2 guy. He's running out. 19, Nathaniel Kopit, who's another of their better relievers. Dylan Radke, who's another, and Jacob Gomberg. That's all 4 of their guys that have thrown more than 20 innings in a year have all just ran out to the bullpen.
Certainly not what they envisioned or expected to be doing in the second inning here, I tell you that much.
2-1 is in the zone for a strike. That quite literally was the 4 guys we mentioned that have thrown more than 20 innings. Gomberg, Tejeda, Sekuler, and Radke. All 4 of those guys just ran out to the bullpen, and then they went and hid the spot we can't see. We don't really know who's warming up heavier than anybody else as the count is 2-2 on Dylan Oster. Oster pokes it left side, but fouling out of play. So it is all hands on deck right now for North Broward Prep. You just sent everybody you possibly could send. The only guy that you didn't send that has thrown more than an inning this season is Riley Lufton. That's because he's in right field. You literally sent everyone you could send out there to pitch is now out in the bullpen.
Yeah, 8 hits through an inning, as there's not been an out recorded here in the second.
2 balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2 pitch is a fly ball into relatively shallow left center. Coming on and making the catch is Richmond. Richmond will come up throwing towards third. Throw to third is not in time. It's a sacrifice fly for Dunedin's Dylan Oster, and the Falcons now lead it 4-0 here in the top of the second inning on a sacrifice fly from Oster. It moves McNeil up to third. Brodel stays at first. And the Falcons have put a 4th run on the board here in the second inning. It's 4-0 Dunedin.
Yeah, nice at bat by Dylan Oster. And again, you've seen the opposite field approach. It's got to imagine that's something Kevin Kearns, Dunedin Falcons head coach, has hammered into him this season, and they are executing it to perfection here today.
Runner goes. The throw will be cut off all the way to second. Now it skips into center field. They tried to cut it off in front of the bag. It got through everybody into center, in to score on the air. Comes McNeil, and it's 5-0 Dunedin.
And honestly, at first glance, I think he let that ball go through almost as a fake to try and get the runner out at second, but hold the runner in place at third. So I think he kind of gave it the phantom, I'm going to catch it, but ends up letting it go through.
Pop up right side should be easy for Steidel. Right on the line, he makes the catch for out number 2, as freezing at second is Brodel. I think you're right. Well, as we take a look at it here, I think you got a point there. As the shortstop cut across, and he bluffs it, and that's a tough play for your second baseman who's over there covering, because you don't see if that ball's tailing or doing something, you might not get a good look at it until the very last moment. So if that's not a perfect throw, that's a really tough play.
Right, there are a lot of moving parts.
Line drive left field, a base hit. Runner around third, they will hold the runner. Now the base hit from Buckholt puts him at second. It's a single for Noah Buckholt, and the Dunedin Falcons have second and third for Bryce Talley, and a chance to really break this game open as they have their 9th hit in the first 2 innings of this game.
Just another hard hit ball by Dunedin.
And again, these 9 hits, this isn't a blooper here, a bunt there, just kind of small ball around the yard. They are tattooing baseballs as Bryce Talley steps to the plate. First pitch to him. Great breaking ball. Gets a swing and a miss.
Yeah, I usually draw a little circle when a ball's hard hit. And looking at those hits, I've got 6. As you see some action down in the bullpen there.
That's Yoel Tejeda. He's the number 2 guy. He's the Florida commit as that one fouled off 0-2. He may be next up for North Broward Prep. Has taken a look here briefly. In this season for North Broward Prep, they've given up 9 hits in a game just 4 times all season. And they were against really good teams. American Heritage, Jensen Beach, Calvary Christian, and one of those Alabama teams. As the 0-2 is low and outside. Good block behind the plate from Dylan Runsdorf, but they are in danger of having their most hits allowed all season long is 11. They've already got 9 through 2 innings. 1 ball, 2 strikes, your count. As trying to limit the damage here is Huntsberger. The 1-2 pitch in the dirt for a ball. Another good stop by Runsdorf behind the plate. It's Deuces Wild 2-2. I don't think anybody envisioned this start to the game, even the Dunedin Falcons. I don't think they envisioned hanging 9 hits in the first 2 innings to jump out 5-0. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3 as Huntsberger gets the final out of the inning, but Dunedin adds 2 more. It's all Falcons through an inning and a half. It's Dunedin 5, North Broward nothing, as you're watching the FHSAA Class 4A state semifinals on the NFHS Network.
The NFHS Learning Center is the leader in online education for the interscholastic community. At nfhslearn.com, you can find over 70 courses, including more than 30 free courses, such as concussion in sports, heat illness prevention, sudden cardiac arrest, and protecting students from abuse. To learn more, visit the NFHS Learning Center.
A dream start for the Dunedin Falcons. They put 5 runs on the board in the first 2 innings here at the CenturyLink Sports Complex in Fort Myers. And Trey Beard has to be the happiest man in the building right now. He gets to step back on the rubber with a 5-0 lead over the North Broward Prep Eagles in this state semifinal. Winner gets the North Marion Colts tomorrow night at 7 in the state championship game. We've got another full day of baseball tomorrow here in Fort Myers as the Class 3A teams go tomorrow. The Class 5A teams go tomorrow as that one foul off 0-1. The 5A semis are tomorrow at 10-1, including the one local team that got through, the Barron Collier Cougars. They play Archbishop McCarthy at 1. Then the 3A state championship game at 4 between First Academy and Miami Westminster Christian, as the 0-1 is low for a ball, 1-1. And then the North Marion Colts, who threw a combined no-hitter in the opening game of this semifinals, will play the winner of this game for the state championship tomorrow night at 7. The 1-1 pitch outside for a ball. It's 2-1.
And some prominent sons of former major leaguers in one of those championship games.
Westminster Christian.
That's right. Manny Ramirez and David Ortiz, right?
I believe so. The 2-1 low and outside for a ball. It's 3-1. Westminster, a shutout victory today over John Carroll Catholic from Fort Pierce. Misses ball 4. So a leadoff walk drawn by Josh Steidel as he'll head down to first. And North Broward Prep, this game is not over at all. 5 runs is a deficit that has and often is erased. You still have 6 innings. That's less than a run an inning to chip your way back into it if you can right the ship defensively.
Yeah, and when you see comebacks like that, more often than not, they're aided by help by the pitcher, right? A walk, hit by pitch, multiple. And with the 5-run lead, Josh Steidel walking to lead off the second is the last thing you want to do if you're the Dunedin Falcons.
That ball lifted high and deep to left center. That's going to be down. Heading for second base is Ty Richmond. Heading for third base is Josh Steidel. And North Broward Prep, for the first time today, we hear the fans from the East Coast start to come alive as back-to-back hits here in the second inning. And North Broward Prep has a little bit of life in the inning number 2 as the third baseman, Gian DeCastro, steps to the plate.
Well, there you go. Walk and a double. Now 2 men in scoring position, nobody out, and kind of mentally in your mind you're saying, all right, we get these 2 in and we're back in this ball game.
Second and third, nobody out for DeCastro. First pitch to him, lefty on lefty, is low and outside for a ball, 0-1. One note of correction on that Westminster team is David Ortiz's son, D'Angelo, and then is the former reliever Joel Pinero's son on that team as well, as the pitch is up and away for a ball.
How about that?
They also have the Florida State leader in home runs, Sal Stewart. He's got 17 jacks on the year. For that Westminster team, they play for the state title tomorrow in the 3A title game at 4. Line drive just past the first baseman and into right. 1 run will score. They will hold the second runner at third. Now a throw back to first. Gets away. It's towards the tarp. 1 run will score. They're going to have to dig it out of the tarp as now at second base is Gian DeCastro, and North Broward Prep has life. They've scored 2 here in the bottom of the second, and Dunedin's lead is cut to 5-2 as the Eagles. What did we say? They just needed to keep attacking. They get 3 straight on. 2 runs come in to score. It's 5-2.
Yeah, Gian DeCastro smokes that ball right under the glove of Josiah Branch over there, and can't fault Branch. That ball was hit hard on the ground, and All of a sudden, nobody out, runner on second, 3-run ball game, and if you're North Broward, you're all of a sudden there's a little more life in that dugout, and you can hear those fans as well.
That play officially scored as a hit and then an error. The runner had held up at third after the single, but then the errant throw on the cutoff. Remember, they cut it off, then tried to backpick the runner at first, and that throw got away to move everybody up an additional 90. So score that a hit and an error. And a runner on second, nobody out for the right fielder, Riley Luft.
And a little more help from Dunedin, right? A little aid from the defense. He got the walk to start off the inning.
Couple of base hits and then another error.
Yeah, the error to kind of push in that run and put him down to second.
Luft swings and misses. Riley Luft, one of the top 60 freshmen in the state of Florida, one of the top 40 freshman third basemen in the country. So just a freshman getting a taste of the state title action as the 0-2. Down Broadway, strike three. So Luft is set down on strikes. First out of the inning recorded by Beard. And there's one away to bring up the 7-hole hitter, the Ursinus commit in Dylan Runsdorf.
And Beard goes to the curveball, freezes Luft. Get a big out himself, not allowing North Broward to move that runner over to third base with less than 2 outs, at least on that at bat.
Runsdorf, a commit to Ursinus College. Down on the count, no balls and a strike. Kobe Benson in the on-deck circle. And then North Broward gets their second trip through the order against Dunedin, the 0-1 outside for a ball. It's aces while the ball is striking out. Dunedin leads 5-2, but a runner in scoring position for North Broward. Back to the screen on the 1-1. It's 1-2.
Dylan Runsdorf had a pretty good hack at that one. Followed right back into the screen. Looked like he was trying to go to right center.
Runsdorf, a .273 hitter on the season. Looks to come up with a big hit here. Fouls off the 1-2 to keep the at-bat alive. It's still a ball and 2 strikes. If Dunedin comes back, or I should say if North Broward gets another run or two in this inning, does that make you as a coach more or less likely to make a change on the mound? As the 1-2 pitch comes from the lefty, swung on and missed. Back-to-back strikeouts from Beard. Get the 7 and 8 hole hitters as the Coastal Carolina commit in Kobe Benson steps to the plate. But does that make you more likely to say, hey, now it's close, I'm going to ride it out a little bit, or hey, we got back in this game, let's see if I can change the pitching up and freeze them at 5 as our bats start to get going?
Yeah, I mean, the thing that's tough is he's your guy, right? And you envision if you're going to win this game, he's going to play a part in it, right? But then you look up and it's like they've got 9 hits off him in just 2 innings, and that's a very tough decision to make, and not one I'd like to have to make in a state semifinal game for my team.
Beard throws a first pitch strike, 0-1. And you also contemplate that if you do come back, you got to play again tomorrow night. I think the calculus is different if this is tomorrow. This is a state championship game.
It's true.
You can put your chips all in as the 0-1 is upstairs for a ball 1-1. And if someone doesn't have it, you go, okay, nope, next guy, we got to get 21 outs. Here, you can't just empty the bullpen today because then you got nothing left to face North Marion tomorrow night. So I would think if you made a move here, it would be with the idea that whoever we're throwing in, we don't need tomorrow, as the 1-1 swung on and missed. We're not Johnny Holstaff in this an inning at a time. If we make a move here, we're putting everything we've got on this guy. So if this guy doesn't have it, we can't go much deeper into the bullpen without just wiping us out for tomorrow, as the 1-2 pitch from the lefty is in the dirt for a ball. and it goes to Deuces Wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on second here in the second inning.
Yeah, I'm sure Kevin Kearns at this point has thought about tomorrow's starter may be used up here today.
2-2. He thought about it. They'll ask if he went. The answer is no, and the count is filled 3-2.
And kind of take that approach. We'll worry about tomorrow if we can get there, but it's tough to speculate here. I mean, these coaches obviously know their teams so much better than we can speculate from statistics. So, I trust that they're giving their team every opportunity to win and be successful with every decision they make.
Ball 4 to the 9-hole hitter, Kobe Benson, and just like that, the tying run has come to the plate in the person of Clancy Marsh. This is a North Broward team that does not hit a lot of home runs. They just have 6 on the year. 44 doubles, 14 triples, though, so they do have plenty of pop, and Marsh has 4 of those 14 triples as a .303 hitter. He takes a huge hack at that first one from Beard. It's 0-1. North Broward has answered 2 for the top half for Dunedin. They got 2 of their own to get it back to a 3-run game as the 0-1 below the knees for a ball. It evens the count on Clancy Marsh at a ball and a strike. One ball, 1 strike, 2 on, 2 out for North Broward. The 1-1 delivery is in the dirt again. Good butterfly stop from Dylan Runsdorf behind the plate. I should say from Connor Russell behind the plate as it's 2-1.
Yeah, he's been agile back there.
2 balls, 1 strike, 2 on, 2 out for North Broward Prep. Tying run at the plate. The 2-1 pitch is lifted high into left. Racing towards the line is Grayson McNeil. He's got it. He reaches up and makes the catch about 2 steps short of the left field warning track. But North Broward Prep with a counterpunch. They're back in this one at least a little. They get 2 back in the second. After 2, it's 5-2 Dunedin over North Broward Prep as you're watching the FHSAA Class 4A state semifinals on the NFHS Network. And we talked about it in the bottom of the second, and it has been made fact in the top of the third inning. North Broward Prep has gone to the bullpen as Yoel Tejeda gets the baseball in the top half of inning number 3. With North Broward now back in this one a little bit, they say we need a stopper, and that stopper, they hope, is Yoel Tejeda. He's 2-0 with a 1.27 earned run average. In 33 innings, he has struck out 44 and walked 13 with 29 hits allowed in 33 innings. It's Yoel Tejeda who will try to stop this red-hot Dunedin attack.
And nice luxury to have when things don't go right for the starter, to be able to go to a guy like Tejeda with, you saw the 1.27 ERA and the high strikeout numbers. A guy that, now on the mound here in a 3-run ball game, you like your chances for him to kind of keep it right around that 3-run deficit. And now with the bats going a little bit, and if he can come out and throw strikes here and you get back in the dugout down just the 3, little momentum swing.
1 ball, no strikes to count, the 1-0 pitch. Line drive up the middle, a base hit. Floats into center, drops in front of the center fielder Richmond, and make it 10 hits this afternoon and this evening for the Dunedin Falcons. And maybe it's that kind of day where you could throw Roger Clemens in his prime on the mound, and these Dunedin hitters would just find a way to just barrel balls up.
I just continue to be very impressed with their approach all the way through and ability to use the opposite field and just execute and just serve base hits out there over the second base shortstop's head, and it's really been impressive.
Up the middle, shortstop tags the bag for 1, on to first. Jonah Diaz does it himself there as he takes it to the bag, then on to Josh Steidel. A big first 2 outs to get for Tejeda. As Huntsberger's day is done, he is right now in line for the loss unless North Broward can rally. He goes 2 innings, throws 49 pitches, 9 hits, 5 runs, all earned, 1 strikeout, no walks. 31 strikes to 18 balls of those 49 pitches. As the first pitch to the next hitter misses the zone for a ball, it's 1-0. As the pitcher versus pitcher matchup, as Beard will ground 1 over to the pitcher. On is Tejeda, and how's that for an efficient inning for Yoel Tejeda? He gets his team right back on into the dugout and back to the plate as North Broward starting to turn the momentum of this game a little bit. We go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. It's still Dunedin 5, North Broward Prep 2, as you're watching the FHSAA Class 4A state semifinals on the NFHS Network.
Everybody knows how good Louisiana food is. For us, it's a way of life. We call it Creole. Creole is the melting pot of cultures, music, and great food. Salt and pepper? No way. On whatever you cook or whatever you eat, use Tony Chachere's Creole seasoning. Trust me, I know Creole, and this is the real deal.
Oh, yeah. Tony Sashery.
Makes everything taste great.
High school sports fans, relive your favorite moments. Just click the shopping cart below the video player and select DVD or digital copy to get yours today.
The North Broward Prep Eagles have taken a little bit of momentum back in this game as they still trail Dunedin by a score of 5-2, but they put 2 runs on the board in the bottom of the 2nd, then put up a scoreless top half of the 3rd. As bottom of the 3rd inning, it will be the heart of the order, 2, 3, and 4 for North Broward as they look to rally in their 3rd trip against Trey Beard. Lefty versus lefty to start it off. Into the motion goes the left-hander. First pitch is a bunt that will roll foul down the 3rd base side, and it'll start the count. No balls and a strike.
See Jonah Diaz just trying to get himself aboard, knowing they're down 3 runs. Base runners are critical to mounting a comeback, and just trying to get himself on board any way he can. He's a left-handed hitter, gets that head start out of the left-handed hitter's batter's box, and pretty good attempt.
No balls and a strike. It's upstairs for a ball. Evens the count at 1-1.
The other thing I like with the bunt is, you know, if that's fair, it's a base hit. If it goes foul, it's just a strike. And so it's a really quality mindset in the execution. Of course, you'd love to have the base hit, but, you know, you miss that to the left 3rd base side and it's a foul ball. You miss right and, you know, it's an out to the pitcher. So credit the approach.
2 balls and a strike, the 2-1. Foul back to the screen by Diaz, and the count has gone even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes on the left-handed hitting Diaz. It'll be Diaz, Tejeda, and Steidl here in inning number 3 for North Broward against the starter in Trey Beard as Beard's 2-2 delivery. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Trey Beard gets his 5th strikeout of the 7 outs he's recorded, as the lefty has been excellent against these North Broward hitters, as he has 1 out for now his counterpart in Yoel Tejeda.
Yeah, nice job by Beard. Went with a fastball away and just too much for Diaz to catch up to.
First pitch of the at-bat is upstairs, but catches the top of the zone for a strike, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, your count. Into the motion, the 0-1 pitch is golfed out as it is into shallow left field. Coming on and making the catch in left is Dunedin's Grayson McNeil, as we've got 2 gone here in inning number 3, as it will bring up Josh Steidl, as after North Broward got a little momentum back in the bottom of the 2nd, Trey Beard has shut down the 2 and 3 hole hitters as he now deals with the cleanup, Josh Steidl. Lefty on lefty, first pitch is up and away for a ball from Beard. It's 1-0. 5-2 Dunedin, bottom of the 3rd inning. The 1-0 pitch, lefty on lefty from Beard, is another fly ball. This one into deep left center field. Left fielder ranges over on the run. Grayson McNeil is there, and the catch is made. A 1-2-3 inning worked by the starter for Dunedin, Trey Beard, as he keeps North Broward Prep off the board here in the 3rd. We're off to the 4th inning in Fort Myers with your score. It's 5-2 in favor of Dunedin, as you're watching the Class 4A state semifinals on the NFHS Network. Top half of inning number 4, North Broward Prep trails 5-2 to the Falcons of Dunedin, as Dunedin looks to head off to the state championship game for the first time since they won the title in 2008. Their last 2 trips to these FHSA finals in this ballpark, 2017 and 2019, they would fall in the Final Four. So Dunedin looking to head off to the state championship game for the first time in 13 years. They've got a 5-2 lead through 3, and with 10 hits, they look to continue hitting in the 4th inning, as it's the top of the order, and Grayson McNeil who will lead it off.
Yeah, and this freshman been impressive at the top of this order.
First pitch to the freshman is off the edge for a ball, 1-0.
Just able to keep his hands inside. Just use I've said it all day, use the opposite field, use the middle of the field, and his hit in the 2nd inning is just impressive stuff from such a young kid.
Two balls, no strikes, ground ball right side, gloved on a short hop by the first baseman in Josh Steidl. Takes it over to the bag himself and retires McNeil for the first out of this inning.
Marcus Brodeel here, one of 4 captains on the Dunedin Falcons. The other 3 trail him in the batting order here. 2, 3, 4, and 5 hitters in Brodeel, Oster, Russell, and Buckholt.
I do correct myself. Dunedin was in the title game back in 2019, falling 4-3 in the championship to Tampa Jesuit. And that was in Class 6A. 1 ball, no strikes. The 1-0 pitch is a ground ball towards short. The throw to first base by Jonah Diaz is in time to get Brodeel, and there's quickly 2 gone. So Yoel Tejeda has come on. He's faced 5, retired 5, kind of. He got the double play ball to erase the 1 base hit, so he's faced the minimum, as they would say. And he now deals with the 3-hole hitter in Dylan Oster.
Kind of restored order to this ball game.
First pitch upstairs for a ball.
Nice strong throw by Jonah Diaz on that last ground ball to short, by the way. And really showed off that arm across the diamond. So Brodeel was moving down that line.
Was a close play over at first as the count 2 balls and no strikes. The 2-0 pitch inside for a ball. It's 3-0.
I mentioned the 4 captains in Brodeel, Oster, Russell, Buckholt. Not surprising, right up the middle. You got center field, catcher, and then the 2 middle infielders, short and second. Your 4 captains.
Walk drawn by the 3-hole hitter in Oster as he'll trot down to first. As Dunedin will try to add to this lead as he's on first with 2 outs for their cleanup hitter in Connor Russell. You know this Dunedin team wants another shot at the state title as line drive caught it short, inning over. So back-to-back scoreless innings by Yoel Tejeda. He's keeping North Broward Prep hanging around as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Dunedin with a 5-2 lead after 3.5. As you're watching the FHSAA Class 4A state semifinals on the NFHS Network.
This NFHS Network Championship event is brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors.
Middle of inning number 4, we head to the bottom half. 4th inning of work coming for Trey Beard, as he has Dunedin on top by a score of 5-2 as the lights are on here at CenturyLink Sports Complex. Still a little bit of sunlight and daylight out here at the ballpark, but not enough that you don't turn the lights on as we're under the lights here at CenturyLink Sports Complex in Fort Myers. As it's been 3 strong innings thus far for the lefty Trey Beard, is against a lineup with 6 college commits, and 1 or 2 more that will likely wind up playing in college. Beard has been phenomenal. Just the 2 runs in the 2nd inning. He's punched 5 and allowed just 2 hits to this dangerous North Broward Prep lineup, as it will be 5, 6, and 7 starting with Richmond to deal with Beard in his 4th inning of work. Beard's first pitch of the inning, he rears back and throws one low and inside for a ball. It's 1-0 on the Dominican commit in Ty Richmond.
Up in New York?
I believe so, as the 1-0 pitch misses low and inside. It's 2-0.
I've got a computer. I can check that.
Actually, I think that's Illinois. Two balls, no strikes.
Right. You're right. It is Illinois. My apologies.
Dominican University, the Stars. That's Division III in Illinois. As they count 3 balls and no strikes. The lefty Beard's 3-0 pitch is at the knees for a strike. It's 3-1.
Well, I tell you what I was thinking. Dominican College is actually in New York. So that's what I was thinking when I said New York.
Well, let's double check which Dominican it is. It's like saying you're committed to Trinity College.
And he is going to Dominican College, so I'll take credit for that one being right the first time.
The 3-1 is a line drive smoked towards the third base coach's box as the Dunedin third baseman Rock Helton actually played that one, I think, off a railing and made the catch as third base coach for North Broward Prep. You saw right before we cut there that little shrug like, dude, other way, in between the lines. Don't kill me here. As the count is filled up, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Pretty loose bunch over there, trailing in the ball game.
And he goes right back at his poor coach. That time not quite as, life flash before your eyes style, as that one just a ground ball in that direction, as one of his teammates has to go out there and retrieve it as we get ready for another 3-2 pitch to tie Richmond. Richmond to Castro and Luft. 3-2 will be gloved by the pitcher. Over his Beard, his throw is in time, and there's one gone here in the bottom of the 4th inning. North Marion awaits the winner of this game in the state title game tomorrow night, 7 o'clock here in Fort Myers. North Marion got a combined no-hitter. Starter went 6 2/3. Reliever got the final out due to the pitch count rules. So they await the winner of this game. The winner of this game will be the home team in the title game tomorrow. First pitch, back up the middle. Second baseman ranges, gloves it. The throw won't come. A base hit, an infield single up the middle for DeCastro and North Broward Prep. Maybe the infield single can spark the offense. Runner on first, 1 out for the right fielder in Riley Luft.
And the freshman, DeCastro, second time aboard safely, second hit of the ball game today.
Well, not out of the realm to believe that this North Broward Prep team, every single one of these starters will wind up playing college baseball. Right now, Trey Beard has kept them on their toes. Just 3 hits through 3 1/3. First pitch to Luft. To Luft is in there for a strike, 0-1.
DeCastro at first base had 4 steals on the season.
In the dirt, 1 ball and 1 strike. It's Aces Wild, so not a massive stolen base threat, but will go if the opportunity presents itself. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. The 1-1 pitch from the lefty Beard paints the outside corner for a strike. It's 1-2.
And you question, you ask yourself, who did he steal those bases against when you got arms behind the plate in the Final Four that, more often than not going to be playing in college. A little tougher to steal a base here this weekend than during the regular season.
1-2 missed actually behind the hitter as the 2-2 is hit high and deep to left field. Left fielder ranging to the warning track. That ball is gone! See you later, ball, or was it? Did it bounce back in? I thought that ball was gone.
I'm almost positive that cleared the fence.
The umpire's going to have to talk this over. That looked like...
Right. There's a hill back there. I really think that ball cleared, though.
Yeah, let's take another look at this, please. As that got deep into left fielder back, and that ball...
I don't know.
Did that might have hit the top?
Yeah, no, in between, not the top, but there's above the padding. There's a little ledge, and looking at that replay, that's exactly what it hit.
It hit it basically hit the top of the wall, and they're going to leave everybody there. So that, I think, to everybody here, that looked like a home run.
Right.
So we take another look at it in kind of slower motion here.
See, there's that foot between the top and the padding. And I'm almost certain that's what it hits. There's like a little, probably 6 inches on top of that padding. Yeah, right there.
Yep. So that looked to be a home run. Instead, it'll just be a double.
It's the right call.
And in a lot of major league parks and some college parks, you'll have that sort of yellow line that denotes, if it's over this, it's a home run, which...
Yeah, that wouldn't have helped us there, though, right?
Live, probably not, but...
Right.
As that one fouled back to the screen is... In theory, and not being out there, you don't know what that's made of out there, but in theory, a laser line drive could get stuck in or go through that. So maybe that is a home run. We don't know. If that were to happen in a big league game, it's tough to say, but for now, it's a double, and that could wind up being a huge turn of events. And I can guarantee the North Broward Prep players and coaches are going to go back and watch that and go, okay, let's check, was that a home run? And it looked like that stayed in the yard. It looked live like it was gone. That one's fouled off on the 0-2, as that's a big turn in this ball game. What would have been 5-4. It's now a couple good more pitches from Beard away from staying 5-2.
Yeah, I bet a few fans down there, a few parents have access to the NFHS on their phone, probably looking and probably relay their thoughts to the coaches as well.
The 0-2 in the dirt for a ball. Good stop behind the plate from Connor Russell. Keeps it 1-2.
The other thing, the padding in that left field, it's shorter than the rest of the park because they've got that grass back there that fans will stay at, and it's shorter so they can look through that kind of mesh area that it ended up bouncing in and off of.
The 0-2 is high and outside. It's 2-2, and it's a very good point. If that wall goes as high as everything else, it doesn't kick up. It kicks
Right.
back because it's off the full padding of the wall and not the top of that ledge. 2-2, low and inside, ball 3, and the count has filled on Dylan Runsdorf. This is a game that we wish we had our NFHS Network colleague John Vitas with us. He knows this ballpark better. It's like, hey, what's that normally called? That's probably something they went through in the ground rules before this game. As the 3-2 pitch is going to be gloved. The throw to third, double play. So it winds up being massive. A ball that stays in the yard by a foot is a 2-run swing as the double play gets Dunedin out of the jam. We go to the 5th inning. Dunedin 9 outs away. North Broward looking to rally. It's 5-2 Dunedin after 4. You're watching the Class 4A state semifinals on the NFHS Network.
Everybody knows how good Louisiana food is. For us, it's a way of life. We call it Creole. Creole is the melting pot of cultures, music, and great food. Salt and pepper? No way. On whatever you cook or whatever you eat, use Tony Chachere's Creole seasoning. Trust me, I know Creole. And this is the real deal.
Oh, yeah. Tony Sashery.
Makes everything taste great.
The spring training home of the Minnesota Twins, the CenturyLink Sports Complex in Fort Myers, Florida, as probably the most controversial play we have had in this tournament. But at the end of the day, our umpiring crew got it right. Our Orange Baseball Association crew, I think everybody in the ballpark, everybody, maybe perhaps but the left fielder, he got that thing in quick. Everybody, I think, thought that was a home run, but our look at the replay shows that we think they got that one right. That was indeed just a double. So we continue on, and then, of course, that controversial play that I'm sure has North Broward stewing in the dugout turns the inning. They get the double play to get out of it and keep this a 3-run ball game.
Yeah, absolutely. They're still threatening with second and third, home run or double, and second and third, one out. You're still saying to yourself, we're going to get these 2 runs in, right? And then the soft liner back to the pitcher, and pegs him over to third, and just like that, out of the inning, and wind out of their sails.
So a wild ending to the last inning. As the first pitch of the 5th, hit number 11 for Dunedin. Into center field, a base hit. And the Falcons have another runner aboard.
Noah Buckholt all over that first pitch. Another base hit. Line drive to center. That's his 3rd hit of the ball game, and he's squared up every one of them. I mean, no cheap ones for Noah Buckholt tonight.
Runner on first with nobody out here in the 5th. A ground ball could be 2. Runner was moving, though, I think, before the pitch or with the pitch, so no double play. They get the out at first, but up to second base goes the runner after the grounder from Talley. Buckholt is at second with 1 out for Josiah Branch.
Yeah, you said it. He was moving with the pitch, and not necessarily a hit and run. Might have just been trying to steal the base, but could have been a hit and run. Either way, that's the difference and the reason he's standing on second base right now.
First pitch, time was called before he threw it. So back into the box comes Branch. Runner at second, 1 out. First pitch is a line drive into right, diving. That ball, was it caught? Yes, it was. It's caught in right by the diving Riley Luft. He takes away what might have been a base hit. What definitely was a base hit might have been a run. And let's take another look at the fly ball into right. Luft broke on it. And he made an outstanding catch in right.
Yeah, right. I mean, he got that in the glove. I mean, at first glance, thought he might have trapped it, but nice break, and Josiah Branch robs him of a hit, and he had a single out there earlier, and tried to go the other way again. Good swing. Just robbed of his 3rd hit of the night.
And robbed of Dunedin hit number 12 as there's 2 gone. Buckholt still stands at second as Luz will step into the right-hand batter's box and try to get run number 6 across for Dunedin. 1 ball, no strikes, the 1-0. Hard ground ball towards second. It's collected by Benson. His throw to first is in time. And it's another scoreless inning worked by Yoel Tejeda. 3 straight scoreless from him is keeping North Broward around. They'll try to get the bats back going again in the 5th. They trail Dunedin by a score of 5-2. You're watching the FHSAA Class 4A semis on the NFHS Network.
The NFHS Learning Center is the leader in online education for the interscholastic community. At NFHSLearn.com, you can find over 70 courses, including more than 30 free courses, such as concussion in sports, heat illness prevention, sudden cardiac arrest, and protecting students from abuse. To learn more, visit the NFHS Learning Center.
High school sports fans never miss another game. Become a subscriber to the NFHS network to watch live event coverage, game replays, and highlights from high school sporting events from across the country. Millions of athletes, thousands of games, one destination. NFHSnetwork.com. We are high school. Bottom of the fifth inning, North Broward, 9 outs to work with, down 3 to the Dunedin Falcons in this state semifinal. As North Broward got both of their runs in the bottom of the second. They've been held scoreless ever since. A bizarre play last inning that really turned the tide of this game. Riley Luft looked like he had hit a 2-run homer to make this a 1-run ball game, but the ball was ruled to have, incorrectly as it turned out, hit the very, very top ledge of the outfield wall in left and stayed in play. As the first pitch, a looping line drive caught by Noah Buckle over at short, and North Broward now with 8 outs to play with as the leadoff hitter of the frame retired on the line out.
Yeah, that's what you're looking for if you're Trey Beard. 1 pitch, 1 out. Take care of that 9-hole, and let's go after the top of the order.
Clancy Marsh, the left fielder, will step in against Trey Beard, whose first pitch to him is an excellent breaking ball that almost snapped down into the zone. That thing looked like it was way inside and way high, and it almost dove back into the zone.
Yeah, I think that fooled a lot of people.
Line drive into left, racing on, diving catch, can't be made in left by McNeil. Rounding first, but staying there will be Marsh. And North Broward has a runner on. An excellent effort made by Grayson McNeil in left, but he could not come up with it, and it puts a runner on first.
Yeah, McNeil looked like he caught off the end of his glove, and actually get another look here. Great effort coming in, dives, and it certainly got the glove, and great effort, just unable to come up with it.
If he's playing one step towards that left field line, he's making that catch right in front of him instead of off to his side, and he probably comes up with it. This is no shot at McNeil. That was an excellent attempt, but if he had just happened to be shaded a step towards the line, you saw his glove was all the way to his side as he tried to make the catch. If he's got that right in front of him, decent chance he comes up with it, and there's 2 outs in the inning. Instead, there's a runner on first and 1 out for Jonah Diaz, the JU commit.
Yeah, you mentioned where the dive was. It ended up with his glove kind of off to the side. It was kind of an unnatural route he had to take to get there and give himself the opportunity.
Runner at first, 1 out. A base hit here for Diaz. You have the Florida commit Tejeda at the plate, and there he goes. Jonah Diaz gets plunked, and now the Florida commit, the top-level junior, Yoel Tejeda, is the hitter with the tying run is him at the plate. As North Broward thought they had made it a 1-run game last inning, but a double play extinguished it. Now they've got a runner, a hitter, I should say, at the plate. Tejeda has not had a great day, 0 for 2 with a strikeout, but he could erase all of that with one big hit here to make this a ball game again. Lefty on righty, first pitch Beard upstairs for a ball. It's 1-0 as Beard's pitch count is only at 71, so still plenty of room to work with for Trey Beard. 1 ball, no strikes, your count. Dancing off the bag at second, the 1-0. Tejeda goes to the other way, drops in for a base hit. Runner will be held up at third as the right fielder in tally came up throwing, and he had a nice throw there to the plate. Keeps everyone from moving up, but it's a base hit for Tejeda. Tying run at first. Go ahead run at the plate in the person of the JU commit, Josh Steidel, as Tejeda will exit for a courtesy runner in the person of North Broward Preps number 5, Wyatt Moss.
Great swing by Tejeda right there, taking the fastball in the outside corner or outside part of the plate, and you get that from the lefty. You take that opposite field approach and stays back on it and just drives it to right field. And hit so hard that unable to score the run on the play, but bases now loaded here with just the one out.
We talked about it last game with the hitter for North Marion, Jacob Walton, that had the ligament issue and was wearing that oven mitt on his hand. We see it again here with the courtesy runner in Moss, as we're going to see him come back into the screen here just briefly. He also has that sort of oven mitt look on his hand, as does the runner at third for North Broward Prep, Clancy Marsh. Something that these players are starting to utilize more and more.
Yeah, it's more preventative. It's preventative more than it is. It's unlikely that any of those guys we see here have an injury on their fingers, but it is something they, if their fingers are banged up, they'll certainly wear it. But it's to protect during those head-first slides, and for a long time you would see teams shy away from head-first slides, but this oven mitt's made it a lot safer to do so.
Bouncing ball up the middle, second baseman to the bag, throw to first, in time. A 4-3 double play. Dunedin turns 2 for the second inning in a row. Oster to Branch ends the inning as North Broward has left 4 runners in scoring position in the last 2 innings, as Dunedin is 6 outs away from the title game. The Falcons lead North Broward 5-2 to the 6th as you're watching the Class 4A baseball semifinals on the NFHS Network. They can feel it in the Dunedin dugout. They are 6 outs away from a date with North Marion in the state championship game. They were out there waving that DHS red zone flag during the break as they lead it 5-2, top of the 6th inning. Yoel Tejeda has been excellent out of the bullpen. For North Broward, 3 innings, just 2 hits allowed. He's kept this Dunedin offense at bay since the second. But unfortunately for North Broward, they haven't scored either since the second, and they have left 4 runners in scoring position on the game. As that ball lined into shallow center, drops in and nearly got past the center fielder, Ty Richmond. He had to make a spinning stop out there in center, excuse me, to keep that ball from getting past him, and they might have been running for a while if it did.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. That was nearly real trouble for the Eagles.
North Broward had second and third, 1 out in the 4th inning after the near home run, as we have a runner over at first base for the pitcher Beard, as I think they wanted time called there for McNeil, but he didn't get it.
No, he didn't. Little too late.
Pitch was called a strike, 0-1. Tejeda set from the stretch, deals the 0-1. Line drive foul down the left side. It will evade a couple of fans there on the left side of the ballpark and bounce off the Salty Crab bar there on the left side of the ballpark. No balls and 2 strikes. 0-2 pitch coming from the right-hander Tejeda. The Florida commit looking for the first out of the inning. He'd love to turn 2 here as well. Comes high, comes low and inside on a hard fastball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1-2 the count. From the stretch, the 1-2 pitch. Ground ball towards short. Flip on to second in time. Turn to first. Scooped out, can't scoop it. Safe at first. As the first baseman Steidel couldn't scoop that one out of the dirt to finish the double play. It's a fielder's choice off the bat of Grayson McNeil. He trades places with the courtesy runner, and it'll be McNeil at first now with one out for Marcus Brodel. Brodel 2 for 3 today for North Broward. Or for Dunedin, I should say, with a run scored. First pitch, low for a ball, 1-0. North Broward love a chance to try to turn two again here.
Yeah, kind of a tailor-made double play ball there. And just hopped the throw over to first, unable to scoop it was Steidel.
1-0 is laced foul down the left side. It will head out of the ballpark entirely down that left field side as the count goes to Aces Wild. A ball, a strike, and an out.
And of course, there's nothing easy about picking a ball out of the dirt on a throw. But pretty good effort. He actually got it in the web of his glove, it looked like, and just unable to squeeze it.
The 1-1 pitch inside is diving out of the way. Is the hitter in Brodel. Two balls and a strike. Off of first base is Grayson McNeil, the leadoff hitter. Tejeda from the stretch deals the 2-1, and time was called. They put that one right down the middle, but time was called right before he delivered the pitch. Two balls, one strike the count. 12 hits for Dunedin, 6 hits for North Broward. The 2-1 is a slow roller foul down the first base side. We do it again, 2-2. Two balls, two strikes, your count. Tejeda from the stretch. Deals the 2-2. Foul back to the left of us. Bounces off one of the signs and back down the aisleway as we keep it 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes the count with a runner on first. Tejeda would love a double play ball here, but he'll take out number 2 however he can get it. The 2-2 is golfed out into left field. Trailing back to make the catch is the North Broward left fielder Clancy Marsh. Pulls it in for the second out of the inning, as it will bring the next hitter to the plate in the person of Dylan Oster.
And Oster's had a nice night. It's actually just 1 for 1 officially. Base hit back in the first inning. Drove in a run in the second with the sac fly and walked back in the fourth.
First pitch of the frame, sprayed foul down the left field side. Well out of play as the count will start 0-1. No balls and a strike, righty on lefty. Tejeda looking for another scoreless frame as he's now a strike away from doing so. Foul ball sprayed to the left side again. It's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes as Tejeda for his 4th scoreless inning of relief for North Broward. He got it. The 0-2 is in there. A fastball is in there for strike 3, as make it 4 scoreless innings of work for Yoel Tejeda. He's keeping North Broward in this one, but they've got 6 outs to play with. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. It's Dunedin 5, North Broward 2, as you're watching the FHSAA Class 4A semifinals on the NFHS Network.
Everybody knows how good Louisiana food is. For us, it's a way of life. We call it Creole. Creole is the melting pot of cultures, music, and great food. Salt and pepper? No way. On whatever you cook or whatever you eat, use Tony Chachere's Creole seasoning. Trust me, I know Creole, and this is the real deal.
Oh, yeah. Tony Sashery.
Makes everything taste great.
High school sports fans, relive your favorite moments. Just click the shopping cart below the video player and select DVD or digital copy to get yours today.
Today's game is also available for all subscribers via the NFHS Network Live mobile app for Apple and Android devices. Download the app from the Apple App Store or Google Play Store today to start watching live games wherever you are as the North Broward Prep Eagles watch on anxiously from the top step of that home dugout on the third base side. They are down to their final 6 outs, but they've got a potent offense. Remember, they nearly had a 2-run homer back in the 4th inning, but it missed going out by 8 inches.
Yeah, they've been knocking on the door or the wall for a while now, and I mean, it's not without confidence that they go into these final 2 frames.
Richmond to lead it off. First pitch from the lefty. Trey Beard is in the zone for a strike, 0-1. Beard, 76 pitches through 5 innings, so he's got 30 pitches to work with to try to finish this up for Dunedin. As the lefty into the motion, he deals the 0-1 pitch. It is low and outside for a ball. It's even on Richmond. It's Richmond, DeCastro, and Luft here in inning number 6. That's 5, 6, and 7.
And all 3 of those guys have got hits in the ball game. Richmond with the double back in the 2nd.
Hard ground ball is foul down the third base side, and I think North Broward will. But it's just a foul ball, so it's 1-2.
In the back of his mind, he probably eased up a little bit, right? He knew it was foul. Probably didn't focus on the throw as much as he would have had he known it was fair. Well, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt on that one.
For 1 ball, 2 strikes on Richmond. Curveball missed upstairs. Breaking ball that didn't break. It misses for a 2-2 count.
And DeCastro on deck actually is 2 for 2. Infield hit in the 4th.
For that big double from Luft, the 2-2 pitch. Tries to go the other way with the ball up in the zone. It may stay playable. It did stay playable, but no one was able to get to it as it falls harmlessly out of play. It's still 2-2.
Boy, I mean, even the kids are tired. No one even chasing the souvenirs on that field anymore.
A couple of young fans around the ballpark, but most of the fans here either
school night. Home in bed, right?
Most of the fans in the ballpark, the moms and dads and grandparents and aunts and uncles of the players, and then a smattering of students on both sides as the 2-2 is up and away for ball 3. Expecting a couple big crowds here tomorrow for our semifinals and finals. We have our closest team to the park in Barron Collier from Naples playing midday tomorrow as the 3-2 is a ground ball. Fair ball down the third base line. Rounding first and digging for second base. He'll stop at second as it'll be a stand-up double. And North Broward Prep has a runner aboard in Ty Richmond to lead off the frame as the Dominican commit has given a little more life to the Eagles here in the bottom of the 6th.
Oh, what a job by Ty Richmond there. Fouling the pitch off with 2 strikes, extends the at-bat, and turns on it, keeps it fair down that third base line, and got himself his 2nd double of the night. And he's really been swinging a hot stick here tonight. And no cheap doubles either. I mean, those balls were both hit well, and with 2 strikes, really big time at bat here in the 6th to maybe spark a comeback.
First pitch of the at-bat, line foul down the left field side, out of play. And the count starts no balls and a strike on 44 Gian DeCastro. 5-2 Dunedin over North Broward. As the third base umpire is coming down the line there, I should say the third base coach is coming down the line, and now we've got a meeting between the first base umpire and the home plate umpire. That's Dennis Whalen and Luis Casillas from the Orange Baseball Association, as well as the third base umpire Miguel Cruz. Whatever we needed to get resolved is resolved, and the count is 0-1 on DeCastro, as if they can reach, Riley Luft will have another chance. He missed homering by inches back in the 4th, the 0-1. Breaking ball that is too high. It's even 1-1. The 1-1 is in the dirt for a ball, 2 balls and a strike. It's North Broward trying to rally here in the bottom of the 6th inning, trailing 5-2. 2 balls and a strike, and the left-handed hitting DeCastro. DeCastro fouls it off up and over the screen and into the seats as he sees the count even. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
DeCastro, just a freshman, big kid, showing a pretty good approach too.
2 balls, 2 strikes to the left-handed hitter DeCastro. Richmond off of second. Time called as stumbling off the mound right in the middle of his release was Trey Beard. Pop up high and deep, not that deep down the left field line. Ranging over, making the catch is Grayson McNeil. It freezes Richmond at second. He goes nowhere. And Dunedin 5 outs away now as North Broward Prep starting to run out of outs. But they've got Riley Luft at the plate. He hit that long double to left field that everybody in the park thought was a home run, but stayed in the yard by about 8 inches. He now will come to the plate. A runner on second and 1 out, a chance to make this, at the very least, a 2-run game. First pitch of the at-bat misses low and outside for a ball, 1-0. One ball, no strikes, the 1-0. Below the knees for a ball, and ahead in the count is Riley Luft. 2 balls and no strikes. Two 2-0 the count, the 2-0. At the knees for a strike. Big pitch there from Beard. It's 2-1.
You wonder if he had the take sign on from his coach, or if it was just a mental take sign, because that pitch right down the middle, but he wasn't ready to pull the trigger.
Beard is north of 90 pitches. He'll turn around, and Beard will have to be very efficient in his final 5 outs. to be able to go the distance. Otherwise, Dunedin will have to go to the bullpen. The 2-1 catches the outside corner for a strike. It's 2-2 on Riley Luft. Dunedin's number 2 pitcher in innings pitched is their first baseman, Josiah Branch, who's thrown 34 2/3 innings on the season. The 2-2 from the lefty is a high fly ball, shallow center. Second baseman back, he's called off by the center fielder, Marcus Brodel. Makes the catch for the second out of the inning, and Beard is 1 out away from stranding another runner in scoring position for North Broward as Dylan Runsdorf comes to the plate. Beyond Branch, if Branch is the starter for tomorrow, as he is the number 2 guy as far as innings pitched are concerned, your number 3 guy in innings pitched is Grayson McNeil at 18 1/3.
Well, and he's a freshman too.
We've got 5 guys that are between 10 and 20 innings pitched, as that one is fouled off down the left field side, and it's 0-1. Those guys are Buckle with 12 innings pitched, Brock Helton with 15 1/3, Luce with 14 1/3, another freshman in Johnson with 11 2/3. And you also got Parasco at 9 innings pitched. So if you're saving Branch for tomorrow, you got a number of guys that you can turn to that are in the 10 to 20 inning pitch range. Try to finish this one up. The 0-1 is upstairs for a ball. It's even 1-1. And if you can get Beard into the 7th, then maybe there's a thought, even if Branch is your guy tomorrow, bring him in for 10, 15 pitches to try to get you into the title game. You have up to 30 and still be able to pitch tomorrow as the 1-1 is in the zone for a strike, 1-2.
Yeah, absolutely. And Trey Beard, he's done a fine job, but he's really had to work here too. Whether the pitch count gets there or not, I mean, he's really had to work this whole game.
Blooper, shallow center coming on. Diving catch can't be made. Around third base and scoring is Richmond. It's an RBI single for Dylan Runsdorf. And just like that, it's a 2-run ball game as Kobe Benson will come to the plate. A phenomenal effort from Brodel in center field, but he can't haul it in. And now we'll have a visit. The day is over for Beard. New pitcher coming in. We'll take a look at him here for the Dunedin Falcons as the fans in red and black rise to their feet in appreciation of their starting pitcher, Trey Beard. But a new pitcher is on for Dunedin. It'll be number 6, Josiah Branch. So Branch, their first baseman, gets the ball to try to get the final 4 outs in a save situation of the state semifinal. And we'll take a look at the play that got the Eagles back within 2. A blooper, shallow right center, an excellent effort from Brodel, but just missed it. Just missed, ended the inning, and it drives in a run.
Yeah, a great effort from Brodel there, and that's the right thing to do. Sell out. If you catch it, you save a run. If not, maybe it costs you a base and he's able to advance to second. But certainly the right decision. And as it stands, he ended up Runsdorf, that is, staying at first base. So great effort, and nearly got to it, by the way.
As they are putting
first baseman Smith there.
Trey Beard back on the field to play first. So he stays in the ball game in his 9 spot in the order. The numbers on Josiah Branch look like this on this 2021 season. As I find my place in my stat sheet here. 34 2/3 innings pitched. 34 hits, 22 runs, 19 earned. 38 strikeouts, 11 walks. Branch is a 3.84 earned run average. So we'll see what Dunedin wants to do. If they plan on bringing Branch back tomorrow as their number 2 guy in ERA, or if somebody else gets the ball tomorrow. Numbers-wise, the best guy is probably Johnson, who has a 2.40 ERA in 11 2/3 innings, but we'll see what comes tomorrow for Dunedin. You can also go with Helton, who has less than a hit an inning, but also 12 walks in 15. But Dunedin's got to get there. Tying run at the plate in the person of Kobe Benson, with the count even at 1-1. Josiah Branch on the bump. The 1-1 pitch. Ground ball right side. Only play is going to be to first. That's the play that's made by Beard. Inning over. 1 run crosses for North Broward. They get back within 2. But we head to the 7th of the state semifinal with your score. It's Dunedin 5, North Broward Prep 3 after 6 as you're watching the NFHS Network in the Class 4A state semifinals.
Everybody knows how good Louisiana food is. For us, it's a way of life. We call it Creole. Creole is the melting pot of cultures, music, and great food. Salt and pepper? No way. On whatever you cook or whatever you eat, use Tony Chachere's Creole seasoning. Trust me, I know Creole. And this is the real deal.
Oh, yeah. Tony Sashery.
Makes everything taste great.
High school sports fans, relive your favorite moments. Just click the shopping cart below the video player and select DVD or digital copy to get yours today.
The Dunedin Falcons will try to add some insurance in its top half of inning number 7. They'll try to do it against Yoel Tejeda, who has been phenomenal. As we remind you that if your team comes out on top tonight and you want to purchase a DVD keepsake of today's event, click on the blue Get the DVD button directly under your event video player, or click on the Buy a DVD button on the top right-hand corner of the NFHS Network website. You can also click the digital copy button under the event video player to download a digital copy of the event right to your computer. It's been a good one. 5-3 Dunedin leads North Broward Prep. The Eagles got a run across in the bottom of the 6th as the leadoff hitter of this 7th inning is aboard, as a hit by pitch puts Noah Buckhole aboard for the 4th time today. What a game he's had.
We're going to get a courtesy runner.
It's going to be Connor Russell led there. Now Buckhole at the plate. So look at our game changer that already had moved it ahead to have Buckhole. So Russell with a courtesy runner, and Buckhole will try to reach for the 4th time today as he fouls one off on the right side. It's 0-1. Later House is your pinch runner, courtesy runner that is, for Dunedin.
Yeah, this guy, Buckhold, I mean, he's just sprayed the ball all day. I mean, line drive up the middle in the 1st, line drive to left, down the line in the 2nd, another line drive to center in the 5th, all for hits. You know, he came around to score in the 1st inning. I mean, this guy's he's been locked in here today.
Definite candidate for our Player of the Game honors post game, as he has been the difference for Dunedin. They haven't scored since the 2nd, but it's held up. Tejeda ahead 0-2. Foul ball off the bat of the 5-hole hitter Buckle, and the count stays no balls and 2 strikes. It'll be the top of the order for North Broward Prep in the bottom of the 7th inning. Assuming that we see Josiah Branch, Marsh, Diaz, Tejeda. So if the game stays 5-3, you get Marsh and Diaz aboard. You face the Florida commit in Tejeda, who would represent the winning run. The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Elevated fastball from Tejeda. Finally retires Noah Buckle for the first time today. Still an excellent 3-for-4 performance from him. He trudges back to the dugout as Bryce Talley will come to the plate for Dunedin.
Real nice sequence there from Tejeda, and with the 0-2 count going to the fastball, elevating it. You saw Runsdorf kind of signal, clapping his glove to make sure you get it up, and Tejeda put it right where he needs to.
Early break, throw to second. He is out at second base. Going early that time was the courtesy runner in Laterhouse. But all North Broward had to do was the other pitcher step off, step off. He did. He throws to second, and just like that, there's 2 gone in the 7th inning.
Kind of a gift, trying to obviously move up 90 feet and jumps the gun.
Line drive foul down the right side, 0-1.
You said it, though. You know, infielders did a great job of yelling step off, and Tejeda, poised, did just that. A lot of times guys will kind of panic there, maybe balk, step the wrong way. Nice job by Tejeda stepping back and just in plenty of time at that point, just executing the throw and tag.
There's our young fans chasing after the ball there down the walkway that would, in a more Twins game than anything else, lead to those additional seats out in the outfield. As that one misses high and outside, and NBP thought they had strike 3. Instead, they stayed at the plate for the 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Chopper back towards the mound. Tejeda fields his position. Throw to first in time, and an unconventional 1-2-3 inning worked by Yoel Tejeda. So the North Broward Prep Eagles need 2 to tie, 3 to walk it off into the finals. Dunedin, 3 outs before that, and it's them to the state championship game. We find out when we come back. To the bottom of the 7th we go in the Class 4A state semifinals on the NFHS Network. Can the North Broward Prep Eagles rally their way into the state championship game for the first time ever? Or does Dunedin get a chance at redemption from that 1-run loss 2 years ago? We find out in the bottom of the 7th inning. It's the top of the order for North Broward Prep against the relief pitcher in a save situation in Josiah Branch. He will deal with Marsh, Diaz, and Tejeda, 1, 2, and 3 in the North Broward order, who are a combined 2 for 8 on the game. First pitch upstairs for a ball as both teams on the top step of their dugout here at CenturyLink. The 1-0 pitch from Branch. Foul back to the screen. It's even 1-1.
Aggressive swing there from Marsh, and a lot of times you see when a team's trailing in the last inning, and coach will tell them to take until they get a strike. Not the case here with the top of the order. If they get something to hit, they're going to trust these kids.
1-1 outside for a ball. It's 2-1 on Clancy Marsh. Anybody that reaches for North Broward brings the tying run to the plate. The 2-1 to Marsh. High and tight for a ball. And Marsh is ahead in the count, 3-1 as the leadoff hitter in this inning. Down 2, there's going to be no bunting or small ball. As the 3-1 delivery catches the corner for a strike, it's 3-2. If you got Marsh and Diaz on, conventional wisdom might say bunt to get them both in scoring position, but then you'd have Tejeda at the plate. The 3-2 delivery, up the middle, a base hit. Leadoff runner is aboard for North Broward on a single from Clancy Marsh. His second hit of the ball game, and the heart of the North Broward order He's going to come to the plate representing at the very least the tying run. It starts with a JU-bound shortstop, Jonah Diaz.
That is just such an excellent at-bat from Clancy Marsh all the way through. You know, he takes ball one. The 1-0 pitch is in there. He goes after it, fouls it back, gets himself into a hitter's count, 3-1, takes the 3-1, then 3-2. Got to come with a pitch over the middle, and he stays back, doesn't try and do too much, laces it out to center, and now he gets the tying run to the plate, and Jonah Diaz.
That tying run takes the first pitch outside for a ball, 1-0 to Jonah Diaz. He represents the tying run. Nobody out, bottom 7. Diaz up and away for a ball. He's up 2-0. Let's game it out a little bit. Let's say Diaz reaches. It's first and second. Your 3-hole hitters at the plate. You let him swing, or you button both runners into scoring position?
I'm swinging. I don't think you can bunt him, and he's your guy. You know, offensively, he's your first team all county guy. We talked about going to University of Florida. 14 extra base hits, 2 home runs. You got to let him swing the bat.
In there for a strike in the 3-0. Eagles wanted the walk that put the winning run at the plate, the tying run at first. They don't get the call. It's 3-1. The 3-1. It's big swing and a miss. How about that? A challenge pitch from Josiah Branch, 3-1. He deals it into the zone to fill the count for the second hitter in a row. Branch is 3-2. Is a fly ball shallow left. Late break, but enough to make the catch in left for Grayson McNeil. And Dunedin is 2 outs away from the title game, but they now deal with Yoel Tejeda.
And that's a great job by Branch on the hill, falling behind 3-1, and you understand why you're going up against a big-time hitter, and he gets the 3-2 pitch, comes back in, and gets a big out with the soft fly ball to left.
27 RBIs on the year for Tejeda. 11 doubles, a triple, and 2 homers. A homer here, and those fans in navy blue will go berserk. But it's going to take a charge baseball to get out of this park. Tejeda, fooled on a breaking ball, swings and misses, but it's in the dirt. If you're Dunedin, you are unconcerned with that. All that does is erase the possibility of a conventional game-ending double play, but it doesn't hurt you as far as the runs are concerned.
Yeah, and all the infielders now, they're saying go across the diamond, get that out at first base, so take some thinking out of it as well. Looking a little bit further in the outfield, pretty conventional setup, not really a no doubles defense or anything, so outfielders position pretty normal.
The 0-1 up and away for a ball.
And by no doubles, the reason being you play a little deeper to be able to kind of cut something off and keep the hitter off second base, allowing you to keep more balls in front of you. But relative to where they've been playing all night, it's pretty much the same.
Low and outside for a ball, 2-1 on Tejeda. Josh Steidel stands in the on-deck circle. He's 0 for 2. Then you have Tyler Richmond, who's 2 for 3 with a couple of runs scored. And DeCastro, who's 2 for 3. And Luft, who had that big double. Plenty of pop left for North Broward. In the dirt, ball 3. It's 3-1 on Tejeda. So, correct me if I'm wrong, all 3 hitters have gone to a 3-ball count. The first 2, it was full, and Tejeda, it's 3-1. So plenty of pitches here, and worth tracking those pitches for Branch. If he gets above 30, he can't pitch tomorrow. The 3-1 is lifted high and deep to right field. That ball is going to drop in and one-hop the wall. Digging for second is Tejeda. The run will score. It's an RBI double from Yoel Tejeda, and it's a 1-run ball game in Fort Myers. The Florida commit comes through with the biggest hit of the season. It's an RBI double, and it's a 1-run ball game as Tejeda will exit for another courtesy runner. This is actually a pinch runner in Laterhouse. As let's take a look at the biggest hit of the game thus far for the North Broward Prep Eagles. In a different park, this is a home run. That one went probably 320 feet down the right field line, but it stayed in the ballpark that has relatively deep corners. But now the tying run is at second, and your 4 and 5 hitters are a base hit away from potentially sending this game to extras.
Yeah, and you saw the replay there. That pitch was actually out on the outside half of the plate, and the strength of Tejeda able to pull that outside pitch and bounce it off the warning track out there. And here we go.
Stand corrected, Moss is the courtesy runner here for North Broward. He represents the game-tying run. Runner at first, or at second, 1 out for Josh Steidel. A base hit could tie this game in the bottom of the 7th inning. Branch has thrown 20 pitches. He goes over 30. He's down for tomorrow. But Dunedin needs to make sure they get to tomorrow. First pitch to Steidel. Fly ball left side, but going to get out of play. Over the screen and into the bullpen. Count will start on Josh Steidel. No balls and a strike. Courtesy runner, the sophomore in number 5, Wyatt Moss. Big spot for him at second with 1 out. Branch deals the 0-1, swing and a miss. Full Steidel low and away, and Steidel now down in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Can Branch get the second out of this 7th inning? With Ty Richmond, 2 for 3 today in the on-deck circle. The 0-2 coming from Branch. He deals. In the dirt, it gets away from the catcher. Runner takes off for third. He is in.
Well, how about that pinch runner paying off right there?
Wyatt Moss goes to third on the wild pitch. And the North Broward Prep Eagles are 90 feet away from tying this game in the bottom of the 7th inning.
That's a big-time important read and execution by Wyatt Moss on, they call it a dirt ball read. He reads the curveball down, gets a good secondary, and once it skips off the chest protector, he's off and running.
That one almost got away. Good scoop behind the dish from Connor Russell, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. On Josh Steidel, infield is in on the grass all the way around. The 2-2 misses low and outside, ball 3, and the count for the 4th hitter in a row has gone to a 3-ball count. It's 3-2. Branch from the stretch, his 3-2 pitch. In the dirt, ball 4. And the winning run is aboard for the North Broward Prep Eagles. We'll see how aggressive they choose to get with Steidel. We'll see how aggressive they get with Ty Richmond at the plate. He's doubled twice today. If he does it a 3rd time, it could walk it off for North Broward. And I think they're going to run here for Steidel. They are. Mason Kachamise will be the runner. So runners at the corners. So a million different things you can do here. The 1st and 3rd push bunt is available to you. You can send the runner at first, try to make it so that a base hit wins the ball game.
The first thing that stands out as notable here is you got the middle infield back trying to go double play right now.
The hitter for the North Broward Prep Eagles is Ty Richmond. He takes a strike 0-1. I got to be honest here, you've got pinch runners on. If you trust Ty Richmond's bunting ability, I think you're laying one down here. That 1st and 3rd push bunt, if done right, gets a runner into scoring position for DeCastro and ties this game.
Well, you'd love to make the trade.
The 0-1 is in the dirt for a ball. It's aces wild. A ball, a strike, and an out. Tying run at third. Winning a run at first for North Broward. The 1-1. Ground ball towards short. Going to be tough to turn. On to second. Turn to first. Not in time. We are tied. Ball will bounce off the dugout. No extra advancement. It's an RBI fielder's choice from Ty Richmond. And North Broward has scored 2 in the 7th. And they have tied this game at 5. The North Broward Prep Eagles, as we take another look, that ball was just too deep in the hole at short. Smart move to get the run, but then no chance at first. Winning run at first for North Broward Prep. As this game is tied at 5 for Gian DeCastro. First pitch to him. Foul off down the left side as a gap shot could win it here for North Broward. As one of the fans that went chasing after that foul ball just went tumbling to the ground.
Do they need first aid?
No, he popped up. He's okay. As the 0-1, runner goes. Ground ball right to the shortstop. He'll throw to first. It's in time, and the inning is over. So for what I believe, and I could be wrong, is the first time this week we're going to extras in Fort Myers. Dunedin 5, North Broward Prep 5. We've got extra baseball at Hammond Stadium as you're watching the 4A state semifinals on the NFHS Network.
This NFHS Network Championship event is brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors.
Bonus baseball in Fort Myers as the North Broward Prep Eagles and the Dunedin Falcons will play an 8th from the CenturyLink Sports Complex here in Fort Myers. Ryan Murphy, Thomas DiBenedetto, what more could you ask for this Monday night? In the first game of the semis, a no-hitter. In the second game of the semis, North Broward scores 2 in the bottom of the 7th to tie this game at 5 and send us into extra innings.
I mean, even when North Broward went down five runs, we just weren't ready to confidently say that Dunedin had this one locked up, right? And they left some runners, or North Broward rather left some runners on base and had some opportunities, and they just kept knocking. And give them credit, down to their final out, Ty Richmond able to leg out the fielder's choice RBI, and just a total team effort clawing back this far, and we'll see what happens here. Extra innings.
Fans letting their voices be heard. First pitch, fly ball down the right field side, foul. So now both starters will not be involved in the decision, as Yoel Tejeda and Josiah Branch are the pitchers of note. Worth noting right now, you can't plan for tomorrow as that one fouled off. It's 0-2. But Josiah Branch is right at 30 pitches. So if you were to go to a different arm in the pen, which I think might not be a bad idea, they've got Branch kind of timed up after putting 2 runs on him. You do have Branch available for tomorrow. Did he go? Yes, he did. The strikeout gets the first hitter of the inning. Third punch out for Yoel Tejeda. They get Branch for the first out of the inning, and they will deal with the DH and Brian Lewis. I don't believe we've had a walk-off this week in any of the games we've had here at the ballpark. We've had games decided in the last inning, but nobody has walked it off as the first pitch misses the zone upstairs for a ball. It's 1-0.
What's interesting is the last 4 or 5 innings or so, this pitch comes in. North Broward, they've been trailing 5-2, but on the mound they've had the stronger effort. North Broward's been threatening at the plate almost since the third or fourth inning, and it's been the arm of Tejeda that has been the dominant one the last 4 to 5 innings here. And they were trailing on the scoreboard, so you never felt like they had their grip on the game. But now with the score tied 5-5, the advantage has to shift to North Broward with Tejeda as he lets Luce get away here. But he's been nothing but dominant since he came into this ball game.
5 1/3 innings, just about 50 pitches in that time. 3 hits, 3 Ks, 2 walks as they'll come chat with him, everybody in to talk it over as Luce drew the 4-pitch walk. Top of the 8th inning, first extra inning game, I believe. I could be wrong, but let me do some quick checking there. It is indeed, the second extra inning game we've had.
There you go.
That Spruce Creek Durant game back.
I didn't have the heart to tell you, but in your defense, you weren't on the call for that game.
You should have said something. I would have been okay with that. That game, though, was not a walk-off winner for Spruce Creek. Spruce Creek was the visitor in that game. They scored top 8, and Durant could not respond in the bottom half of a massive pitcher's duel. 1-0, a Spruce Creek winner over Durant. That is, though, the only game that has gone to extras while we've been in Fort Myers. That game was 0-0 after 7. This one, 5-5 after 7. Potential go-ahead run for Dunedin. Stands on first in Brian Luce. Trey Beard is the hitter for the Falcons. Wouldn't he love to come through after his fantastic outing on the mound, despite the no decision? He's 2 for 3 with a couple of singles today. Middle infield double play depth for the Eagles. The 0-1 in the dirt for a ball. It's even. It's aces wild. A ball, a strike, and an out. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out of the 9-hole. Hitter Trey Beard, the 1-1. Catches the outside corner for a strike. It's 1-2.
See that 2-seam movement, firm fastball, outside corner there. Real tough for Trey Beard to do anything with that pitch.
1 ball, 2 strikes, the count to Beard. The 1-2 pitch is sprayed foul down the left side. It evades some fans down there on the left side. We do it again. Still 1-2.
Yeah, wisely. It looked like initially he was going to try and make a play on that, then he thought better of it.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Runner at first. 1 out, top of the 8th inning, tied at 5. The 1-2 pitch inside for a ball. And the count is evened up at 2-2. They've got Branch now officially at 31 pitches, so he's down for tomorrow. Question is, do you stay with him in the 8th inning after he gave up the 2 spot in the 7th? The 2-2 pitch. Sprayed foul again. Huntsberger and Tejeda both down for tomorrow if North Broward gets there. But Tejeda's only thrown about 55 pitches. You're going to ride him for another 2 or 3 innings if it comes to that. You'll ride him to 105 if he keeps pitching like this for North Broward Prep. The game has to go that far. The 2-2 pitch from Yoel Tejeda. Low and inside for a ball. It's filled up 3-2, and a walk here to the 9-hole hitter Beard would put the go-ahead run at second and an insurance run at first for the top of the order in Grayson McNeil. Tejeda from the stretch. His 3-2 pitch is a ground ball to the shortstop. Collected, bobbled to throw to second, not in time. A brief bobble, the briefest bobble by Jonah Diaz. He couldn't get it over to Benson in time. And it's first and second, 1 out for Dunedin. as the Falcons, who haven't scored since the second, may be a base hit away from retaking the lead, and it goes back to the top of the order and Grayson McNeil. And the replay, he just never got a clean handle on it, and if he did, the runner would have been out. Instead, he is safe at second. Everybody is safe, and it is first and second, one out for Grayson McNeil, who's 2 for 4 today.
Yeah, you said it, just that little bobble ends up being the difference. And kind of once he commits himself to trying to go to second because of the way he positions his feet, once he bobbles that, he can't really go to first base there. So, it's kind of an all or nothing with that razor-thin margin for error with the slightest bobble, and you're not able to get that lead runner. If he takes a different angle and tries to get out at first, he's got a little more time, and he could bobble it a little bit and still have time to make the play. But it's tough because, that is the right decision. You trust your hands, but it's tough when it doesn't work out.
Aces wild, a ball, a strike, and an out on the leadoff hitter, Grayson McNeil. Beard is aboard at first. At second is the courtesy runner, Austin Laderhouse. The 1-1 is low, and it's 2 balls and a strike on Grayson McNeil, the freshman, trying to give Dunedin their biggest hit of the night. The Falcons led 5-0 after an inning and a half. North Broward has clawed their way back. Slow roller foul. It's 2-2. It was 5-0 Dunedin after an inning and a half. The Falcons got 2 in the bottom of the second, 1 in the bottom of the sixth, 2 in the bottom of the seventh to force extra innings in Fort Myers. This game is even at 5. Go-ahead run is the courtesy runner, Austin Laderhouse, at second base. Trey Beard stands at first for Grayson McNeil. The 2-2 pitch coming from Yoel Tejeda. Got him, strike 3. Tejeda paints the inside corner on Grayson McNeil, and there's 2 gone in inning number 8. And the final hope for Dunedin to get at least the inning to continue, if not score a run, is Marcus Brodel, who's 2 for 4 today as well.
One of the captains here, Marcus Brodel, mentioned the USF commit, and they're basically their go-to guy all season. So he's the guy Kevin Kearns wants up in this spot.
First pitch coming, 2 on, 2 out from Tejeda. Brodel takes a big hack at that one, but fouls it off. We'll do it again. Count will start. No balls and a strike on the 2-hole hitting center fielder in Marcus Brodel. It'll be 7, 8, 9 in the North Broward order. Luft, Runsdorf, Benson. Wouldn't that be a story if Luft hits a homer to end this game after just missing out back in the 4th? No balls and a strike on Marcus Brodel. The 0-1 is high and outside. Good glove work by the catcher Runsdorf behind the dish. That nearly got away back to the screen. Would have put both runners in scoring position. Got to think that the North Marion Colts are watching this game, hoping it goes 22 innings and every pitcher on the roster for both teams has to throw, as they just had to use one pitcher basically tonight. The 1-1 is up and away for a ball, 2-1. Carson Smith, who finished tonight for North Marion, threw way less than 30. He'd be available tomorrow for the Colts if need be. Wyatt Campbell, the only one that isn't, as he threw a brilliant 6 2/3 hitless before Carson Smith finished up the combined no-hitter.
We're just lucky they don't have to face Wyatt Campbell tomorrow.
2 balls and a strike on Brodel. The 2-1 pitch is back up the middle. That's through for a base hit. Runner will be sent around third. The throw will come to the plate from Richmond. He is safe at home, and Dunedin takes the lead. Marcus Brodel comes through with the biggest hit of the year for the Dunedin Falcons, and they lead it 6-5 here in the top of the 8th inning. An RBI single from Marcus Brodel, the USF commit. And Dunedin is back in front here in the 8th. It's 6-5.
Well, there you go. Marcus Brodel, the senior, takes a curveball and just goes right back up the middle with it. And strong throw from, I believe that's Ty Richmond out there. Just not in the time. I mean, just a great job running around the bases and good slide at home. But Marcus Brodel, he's the guy right there. He's the hero.
And that's why you put that pinch runner in Austin Laterhouse. He scores the go-ahead run with 2 outs here in the 8th. And for the second inning in a row, the Dunedin Falcons go to the bottom half, 3 outs away from the state championship game. First pitch, strike on the outer half to Dylan Oster. No balls and a strike. Bottom of the order coming up for North Broward. We'll see who pitches for Dunedin if they go back to Josiah Branch. If they make a move, the 0-1 is a ground ball to short. First play is to second. It's made, and the inning is over. But Marcus Brodel, with an RBI single up the middle, gives the lead to Dunedin. They'll look to punch their ticket to the state title game. But the North Broward Prep Eagles, we'll see if they've got a little more magic as they trail it 6-5 to the bottom of the 8th as you're watching the FHSAA Class 4A semifinals on the NFHS Network.
The NFHS Learning Center is the leader in online education for the interscholastic community. At NFHSLearn.com, you can find over 70 courses, including more than 30 free courses, such as concussion in sports, heat illness prevention, sudden cardiac arrest, and protecting students from abuse. To learn more, visit the NFHS Learning Center.
The clutch 2-out single from Marcus Brodel has given the lead to the Dunedin Falcons. Josiah Branch is back on the mound. He'll try to nail down the win for the Dunedin Falcons and send Dunedin to have a date with North Marion tomorrow night in the state championship game. Does Brodel's single hold up, or does North Broward Prep have a little more magic left in them? First pitch of the inning comes in, misses the zone for a ball, 1-0.
Due up fourth, top of the order, Clancy Marsh. Just hoping for an opportunity.
1 ball, 1 strike, your count. Into the motion goes the right-hander Branch. 1-1 below the knees for a ball. It's 2-1 on Riley Luft. Two balls and a strike to Luft from Branch. The 2-1 is there on the outer half for a strike. The count is even at 2-2. An instant classic of a state semifinal. 6-5 Dunedin. The 2-2 from Branch. In the dirt, ball 3. It's 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes. The 3-2 pitch is a ground ball foul down the third base line. And we do it again. It's still full 3-2. The 3-2 from the righty is lifted down the line and left, ranging over, diving attempt, cannot be made. It bounces into the foul ground. Up to second base goes Riley Luft. Another double for the right fielder. And North Broward Prep has the tying run at second. Nobody out on Luft's leadoff double. Fifth double of the game for North Broward, as check out the effort here from Grayson McNeil in left field.
Neil all the way over, I mean, right on line, and just gets him on the heel of the glove. And I mean, you can't track it any better if you're McNeil, and he's I mean, had a couple great efforts and near highlight reel catches tonight. Unfortunately, unable to come up with that one, and here we go again.
Tying run at second. Walk-off run is now at the plate. Dylan Runsdorf. He's 1 for 3 with an RBI today. Runsdorf, then Benson, and then back to the top of the order in Marsh. First pitch in the dirt, gets away from the catcher. Breaking for third, in standing up. No throw to Luft, and he's at third with nobody out for North Broward Prep, as they are 90 feet away from tying this game again.
And this is really interesting. They're bringing the infield in here with nobody out. I think, quite honestly, this is a little too risky. You give up all that range with nobody out. It's going to be tough to hold them to a run anyways. And you kind of got to be thinking, give up some range, get an out, and let's win this in the ninth or thereafter.
I think with nobody out, you're back. If you got the first out and he's still there, then you come in. The 2-0 is a high fly ball. It's going to stay in the infield. They backpedal and make the catch for the first out, and that is the last thing you wanted. If you're North Broward Prep, if you're putting it in the air, get it in the outfield to drive it in. Instead, it's a pop out that doesn't allow the runner to advance. He stays at third with 1 out for Kobe Benson.
Yeah, nice job, and I think third baseman Rock Helton actually ended up making that play.
Infield stays in. First pitch is in low for a ball, 1-0.
I mean, they are not just in up the middle. They are really in.
In there for a strike at the top of the zone. It's aces while the ball was striking it out on the 9-hole hitter, Kobe Benson. Take a look at what you talked about. They are basically suicide squeeze protection. As the 1-1 pitch, Benson fouls it off down the left side. It's 1-2, and you are now 1 strike away if you're Josiah Branch from getting those back-to-back unproductive outs that you needed. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. On Benson, the 1-2 from Branch is a line drive left field. We're tied again. The 9-hole hitter, Kobe Benson, comes through, and we're tied at 6 in the bottom of the 8th inning. What a baseball game from Fort Myers. An RBI single from Kobe Benson answers the call in the bottom of the 8th inning. As we'll take another look, and that's the infield in. If it's back, you might be there. Instead, the winning run is at first with 1 out for the top of the order and Clancy Marsh. First pitch, Marsh, ground ball, shortstop, to the bag, to first, throw is in time. We're going to the 9th. A 6-3 double play, turned by Noah Buckles. He tags the bag over to first, and we are going to play a professional 9 here in Fort Myers. After 8, it's Dunedin 6, North Broward 6. We play more when we come back as you're watching the 2021 Class 4A State Semifinals on the NFHS Network. Don't go anywhere. An instant classic at Hammond Stadium in Fort Myers. What is now the longest game of the tournament. A 9-inning battle between Dunedin and North Broward Prep. Well, they went 8 innings in that Spruce Creek game back in the 7A tournament. We play 9 tonight between Dunedin and North Broward. 6 runs, 13 hits in an air for Dunedin. 6 runs, 12 hits in an air for North Broward Prep as we head to the 9th inning. Yoel Tejeda looking for a relief complete game as this is his 7th inning of work. That run he allowed was unearned last inning as a line drive caught at second base by Kobe Benson, who had the biggest hit of the last inning. He comes up with the glove here in the top half of the 9th and makes the play for out number 1.
Connor hits that on a line right at Kobe Benson. And 1 pitch, 1 out.
And Tejeda's only at 69 pitches. He's still got another 36 before he'd have to come out of the game. But a line drive up the middle, a base hit. 14th hit of the game for Dunedin. And this belongs to who else? Noah Buckle. How about a 4-hit game for the shortstop?
Yeah, 4 for 5. Man. Like we said earlier, after he had the 3rd one, I mean, no cheapos either. Just line drives all day.
What a game out of Buckle. Runner on first with 1 out. Upstairs comes the pitch. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Buckle, the senior. I think there's a few teams that could use a player like Noah Buckle at the next level.
What's not to like?
1-0 is lifted high into center. It pushes the center fielder in Richmond back. He settles under it to make the catch for out number 2. So 1 out away now is Yoel Tejeda and North Broward Prep from working a scoreless top half of the 9th. They do that, all they need is 1 to walk it off in the bottom of the 9th inning. Longest game of the tournament thus far. First pitch. Catches the outside corner for a strike. It's 0-1 on Beard.
And Buckhold on first base, 13 steals on the year, and you might have to think about trying to steal a base to give yourself an opportunity for a base hit to drive in a run here with, we've seen now how dominant Tejeda's been, and the prospect of stringing together 2 hits to bring him home seems unlikely.
Josiah Branch, the hitter. 1 ball, 1 strike. There goes the runner. The 1-1 is a strike. Throw down to second. He is out at second base. Dylan Runsdorf throws out the runner and ends the inning. Buckle thrown out. Inning over. And now the North Broward Prep Eagles need just 1 to walk it off. We go to the bottom of the 9th inning from Fort Myers. It's tied at 6. Dunedin North Broward Eagles with a chance to walk it off right after this as you're watching the FHSAA Class 4A Baseball Semifinals on the NFHS Network.
Everybody knows how good Louisiana food is. For us, it's a way of life. We call it Creole. Creole is the melting pot of cultures, music, and great food. Salt and pepper? No way. On whatever you cook or whatever you eat, use Tony Chachere's Creole seasoning. Trust me, I know Creole, and this is the real deal.
Oh, yeah. Tony Chachere
Makes everything taste great.
High school sports fans, relive your favorite moments. Just click the shopping cart below the video player and select DVD or digital copy to get yours today.
The fans that have made the trip from North Broward County are waiting in anticipation for the bottom of the ninth inning from the CenturyLink Sports Complex in Fort Myers. Dunedin 6, North Broward 6. As you see the hitter, Jonah Diaz, coach with his arm around his shortstop, as number 17 for Dunedin, Jack Johnson, is going to be the new pitcher for the Dunedin Falcons. So they turn the ball over to Johnson. They get a new look here in the bottom of the ninth inning. Johnson, with a 2.40 ERA, a freshman, gets the ball in the bottom of the ninth inning against 2, 3, and 4. That would be Jacksonville, Florida, Jacksonville in the North Broward lineup. Johnson has thrown 11 2/3 innings on the year. 12 hits, 8 runs, but 4 earned. 14 strikeouts, 5 walks for Johnson. He is now responsible for trying to throw a scoreless bottom of the ninth and sending this game into what would be extras for the big leaguers in the 10th.
And Jonah Diaz coming up. I tell you what he's thinking is he had that the slightest of miscues that led to that run scoring back in the 8th inning on the fielder's choice attempt, and didn't even really misplay the ball, just the slightest of bobbles, and thought that could end up being the game. And to get an opportunity here now, a tie ball game, he would love nothing more than to be able to come through, get the W, or score a run and win this game and put that behind him.
Jack Johnson on the bump for the Dunedin Falcons. Can he get this game to the 10th inning against the most dangerous part of the North Broward lineup? Diaz is 0 for 3 on the day. Tejeda's 2 for 4. Steidel is 0 for 2 with a couple of walks. So they all come around their freshman pitcher Johnson. Clocks in at 5'8", 130 pounds. But in a massive spot against the heart of this North Broward order. Here's a freshman facing 3 Division I commits in the bottom of the 9th inning. First pitch to Jonah Diaz is way outside for a ball. It's 1-0. Johnson in the ball game. 1 ball, no strikes, the 1-0. Upstairs again, it's 2-0 to Jonah Diaz. Johnson, not a guy that walks a lot, just 5 and 11 2/3, but a massive spot to put a freshman in. Johnson throws one at the knees for a strike. It's 2-1. Winner plays North Marion tomorrow night. The 2-1 from Johnson. Below the knees again, it's 3-1.
Quality take there from Diaz.
3 balls and a strike. The 3-1 from Johnson. In there for a strike. Diaz thought he had drawn ball 4, but Johnson put it in the zone.
Diaz knows the importance of a base runner here, so he was ready to take the walk, but he's ready to hit if this ball comes over the plate.
But it does not. It misses the zone, and the winning run is aboard for North Broward. Johnson pitched in the regional final against Mariner, faced 1 hitter, gave up a hit, and left the game. Did the same thing against Wesley Chapel, except he retired the hitter he faced. This is his first time facing more than 1 hitter in almost a month. April 27th, he pitched a perfect inning in the 19-0 win over Anclote. First pitch, low and outside for a ball. The last time he faced more than 3 hitters in an inning was an 11-6 win over Clearwater Central Catholic on April 14th, 40 nights ago. He worked an inning and 2/3 on that night as the 1-0 is fouled off by Tejeda. Even 1-1. That night against Clearwater Central Catholic, the last time he faced more than 3 hitters.
Until Tejeda locked in his last couple at bats, smoking balls out to right field, including a double.
And he scared everybody in red there. As if that's a fair ball, that might be the game. But Johnson is now ahead of Tejeda. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
I'd be real worried about that right center gap if I'm Dunedin.
1 ball, 2 strikes, the 1-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. The freshman strikes out the Florida commit for the first out of this 9th inning. How about that from the freshman, Jack Johnson? He now deals with Josh Steidel, who, with a chance to win it here with an extra base hit. Steidel is 0 for 2, but has reached base on a couple of walks today for North Broward. His first hit could win it for the Eagles. Misses. No, he doesn't. It's in there. It's 0-1. Looked like that had missed low and inside, but they caught the knees. It's 0-1 on Steidel. Johnson set above the belt. The 0-1 in the dirt. Runner did not get the read. It's outside, no advancement. It's aces wild and a ball, a strike and an out.
Yeah, Yonan Diaz, 5 steals on the year. Looked like he might have been trying to go there, may not have got the jump he wanted, and shut it down pretty quickly.
1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out. Winning run at first for North Broward Prep. A check of that runner from Jack Johnson. He will now throw over to first, not in time. North Broward 6-6 with Dunedin. Eagles looking to walk it off in the bottom of the 9th inning. They've got the winning run at first. The 1-1 is swung on and missed. Johnson fools Seidel, and it's 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes the count. Diaz, the winning run at first. The 1-2 pitch in the dirt for a ball. A good stop behind the dish from Connor Russell. It's 2-2. Winner plays for the state championship. Dunedin trying to force a 10th. North Broward trying to walk it off. Runner goes, pitches high. Throw down to second is not in time. Jonah Diaz steals second base, and the winning run is in scoring position for North Broward Prep as a 3-2 count coming.
We saw him think about going earlier in the count and may not have got the best jump, but off and running there, and now just a couple bases away.
Line drive in the gap. That is going to be down. That's going to roll to the wall. Around third base comes Diaz, and the North Broward Prep Eagles will play for the state championship. It's a walk-off double for Josh Steidel, and North Broward Prep erases a 5-0 deficit. They come all the way back, and in 3 innings in a row, with their backs against the wall, they score in the 6th, the 7th, the 8th, and the 9th, and North Broward Prep is headed to the state championship game.
Wow, I mean, just what an effort all the way through, just coming back and just never giving up. You know, the back-to-back innings, leaving runners at second and third, and the bases loaded with double plays that, you know, they get nothing, and you think that's it. Dunedin's going to hold on, and they just never gave up.
And we'll take a look at the replay as that ball was in a spot that everybody in the park knew the game was over. A laser beam into right center. It rolls all the way to the Gerber Collision and Glass sign in right center field. It's a walk-off double for Josh Steidel to send the Eagles of North Broward Prep to the state championship game for the first time in school history. It'll be North Marion, North Broward for the state title tomorrow night in Fort Myers. As we take a look there at your Academy Sports and Outdoor Player of the Game, he had 1 hit, but it was the biggest hit of the year, maybe the biggest hit for any player in Florida this year. It's a walk-off winner in the state semifinal for Josh Steidel. That is a moment that young man, that Jacksonville commit, will talk about forever. He walked it off on a big league spring training field to send his team, his school, to the state championship game. And, man, your heart goes out to the Dunedin Falcons. Had their hearts broken 2 years ago with a one-run loss to Jesuit in the state championship game. They get walked off on in the 9th inning of the state semis in 2021, but that's a Dunedin program that you know they're going to be back here. Their moment will come. But tonight the moment belongs to the North Broward Prep Eagles. North Broward will play for the state championship tomorrow night in Fort Myers. It's North Broward Prep and North Marion for the state championship. Fans, what a ball game from Fort Myers. An instant classic sends North Broward Prep to the state championship game. But for our entire crew here in Fort Myers and for my broadcast partner, Thomas DiBenedetto, I'm Ryan Murphy saying what a ball game as North Broward Prep advances to the state championship game with a walk-off extra inning win, 7-6. We'll see you tomorrow night for the state title.